And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.
Uno, two, tres, four.
Oh, wrong one. God damn it. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I'm not. Oh, hello, Mr. Monkey. Hi, Dumpster. Hello. How's everyone doing today? Sorry if my voice sounds a little. Yeah, it's been a while. If all of you guys know, remember why? It's because work was crazy and I needed to be there at a different time, and so I couldn't stream at my usual time frame. And even though I'm on my vacation, I've been so busy with doing work stuff at the house and everything else that I just haven't had time to get some things ready. But that was kind of like the plan. It was always going to be part of the plan that I focus on doing things at the house first, and then everything comes after. Um, but anyways, but we are back this Monday for the first Anime Mondays in a while since I don't remember when the last one was. I think it was like 3 weeks. But
No,
anyways,
3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
yeah. But so we have a lot of things to cover. But before we go into anything too deep, I want to thank you guys for stopping by to watch us. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy the show. I hope you guys enjoy the conversation. And if you have anything you guys want to ask or add into, you can always with the comment section. As always, this is my co-host Bruno and me. And first things first, before we actually actively stopped at Mondays, Bruno actually went to something called WeebCon in his home state, and he actually wanted to like go over a couple of things that he did and everything. So, Bruno, I'm gonna let you kind of like describe these photos.
Let me see.
So the first one I got right here. Oh, open up the wrong page.
Yes. Yeah, this is a convention recap, by the way, guys.
Yes, and
we gotta show image first.
the image is on screen.
I don't see it on screen.
What do you mean? I have it on my main monitor. It should be under sharing.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I see it. It's because I opened YouTube and I was like,
Oh dear Lord.
seeing this. I was on because I was paying attention to your screen that you're sharing on Discord.
Okay. So I have it on screen.
Okay, no, but and then I click on the YouTube. And I'm like, oh, okay, there I am.
Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, this is brutal.
Yes, this happened.
Yeah. So okay, so explain this to me. So none of the actual VTubers show up in person. It's all through the monitor, right?
Some VTubers did show up in person. From what I remember, Chacha was there in person, and
Chacha's been doing that a bit more often lately. She's been actually going in person to the conventions.
Yeah, she definitely has. Oh, I gotta show you guys that video.
Chacha is a fire of a tamale. I love her. She's great. Fucking love her model, and I love her like personality so much.
Exactly.
Speaking of someone on fire.
Oh yeah, but yeah. Also, it was funny because when she was there, she literally she was streaming when she was at the convention. She found her doppelganger.
Oh right, yeah, you showed me. I don't remember. No, I saw that on a video that I guess someone was cosplaying as Chacha.
Yeah, and then she was like, "Look, guys, it's Chacha and Chacha."
But
I
yeah,
was like, "Nah, that's her doppelganger, by the way."
So this is you with Cinder, right?
Yes, that's me with Cinder.
Oh my god, that model is top tier. I love it. It's designed so much.
Hail. It's the hail. I love
well, it's
it.
not even just the hair.
It's
It's the embers, fire, the flames that come off the hair on both the tips.
Yeah.
It's the ears. The fluff is on fire. It's the very gothic meets kind of almost metal aesthetic. I love everything about this outfit. It is great. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got the big old jugs in the middle, but still, I think everything else just really complements the outfit so well.
Yeah. Despite the controversy from last year, I think it's best to just move off from that.
Yeah, I don't think that should be even really talked about. At the same time, I don't really care. I think the controversy has been talked to about. I think it's good to bring up every so often to kind of remind people that this happened only because the people involved who did it are just abhorrent pieces of shit and did it out of either spite or jealousy or annoyance, which they could have literally just not been friends after. They could have been just hey, so
it not only that, but the whole drama from last year really did ruin a lot of friendships, a lot.
But, can you really consider them friendships at that point? Because how quickly they were so willing to hear one person's perspective of a side and just toss the other one underneath the fucking bus so quickly. I'm sorry, a friendship isn't something that you can just kind of hold over someone until it's not necessary anymore. That's not a friendship to me. A friendship is something you if my roommate did something abhorrent, and if someone told me hey, did you know your roommate did something bad? I'm oh, okay, let me go talk to him. He's whoa, what do you mean? Go talk to him. I'm telling you this. I'm cool. I barely know you. I know him. I'm gonna hear his side of the story first before I chastise him for anything.
I think more appropriate would be more creating unnecessary beef.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You just don't do that. There's a form of etiquette and understanding you should have with someone who you claim to be your friend. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's most these people probably weren't really friends. They were people who saw themselves as business associates.
Yeah.
But anyways, so
but honestly, I'm just glad that Cinder just moved on and she has
no, she's been doing great. She isn't as she hasn't gotten the same numbers as she did in her comeback, but she has been maintaining a good viewer base of around 5,000 to 6,000 viewers consistently.
Yeah. And I'm just surprised how she managed to have a long line.
People still like it. She is still one of the most popular indie VTubers. The drama did something to hurt her reputation, but only for that briefest moment until she came out with her own doc. But anyways, so that's the first image.
Oh yeah, and then also before we
already moved on.
Cinder, I was gonna say she was there in person a couple years back, and then also do a lot. I want you to show the audience the little thing that they had us to sign for Cinder.
Yeah, I'm literally on it right now.
Okay.
So I mean, I think this is really cute. So did someone make this?
No, apparently somebody just brought that in.
Okay, so someone made this and they with the pretense of getting everyone else to sign. Yeah. No, this
Yeah,
is
they were
great.
like last in line.
Yeah. Was there someone there for Cinder for them to give it to, so this way Cinder could get it, or?
Yeah, one of the people who are like in charge of like the like
Bruno, I
timing the
need to
stuff.
ask you a serious question. Is that your fucking handwriting?
Let me see.
It says Bruno Gui, and I can't read something service rock on, and you drew like a banana.
That doesn't look like a banana. It's like a metal horn.
The fuck are
That's
you
a mo-
talking about?
you know, the metal horn because you know we rock on. I'm a fucking metalhead.
How do you see a horn in that? Dude, I still can't
I
read
don't,
what this says right here. What does this say?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dula. I know my handwriting is just. I always look. I'll admit that. I'll admit this.
Okay, I kind of see the fingers now. I see them. I see them like the little fingers doing the digits. That's the thumb. That's the index. I guess that's the That's the fingers in the middle, and then that's the pinky.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I never always had the best handwriting. Like,
Okay, but no, I need you. I need you to answer the question. What is this? What does that say?
Brutal GUI at your service. Rock on.
Oh no, my handwriting's atrocious. I'm just saying I can't tell what this writing is right here. I just don't know what it is. I think that's it. Brutal
I'm just
Guri.
saying,
Yeah, I
at
just
your
don't.
service. Rock on. That's
Got,
it.
gotcha. Well, this is
Oh, yeah,
cute nonetheless.
And then speaking of the handwriting, for the Face Connect one, I'm gonna show you, and
What?
they're like bringing that to FaceCon in June, and I'm gonna have, and then one of my friends from California is actually he was thinking about attending FaceCon, and if he does, he's literally just gonna take a picture of my handwriting that was written a couple weeks back.
Oh, they did.
'Cause,
They did something for FaceCon too. A little like white paper thing, like to like say for the other girls.
No, hold up. No, hold up.
Check this
I'm gonna
out.
show you. I'm gonna show you. And it's going to FaceCon, so like I
God
said,
forbid a man doesn't pull a woman because he can't have ancient photography. I did. Okay, this isn't the olden days where you are judged by how well you can write a letter to thy emperor, Mr. Monkey. I'm just
Okay,
saying I
here's-
couldn't tell what the words are. I'm not trying to like attack him. I just literally
Okay.
couldn't tell what that said or what that image was. My handwriting is bad too. I don't mind if someone makes fun of my like shitty ass handwriting. That's why I
I mean,
type
my
everything
dad-
now.
I mean, my dad used to always punish me for having such shitty handwriting.
Oh, trust me, my mom used to make me practice cursive, and after like years of not doing cursive, I don't remember shit about it.
Yeah. Okay. Show the audience the recent one. Show
Oh,
chat the recent.
Okay. Let me click out of this, go here, and
It's Anya. I signed on like Anya's hair.
this? The plushie?
Yeah.
You signed on her hair. Is it
Um,
like on the back?
No, like, so apparently I was like at this booth and they had this, and then they were like selling like little Face Connect keychains. No, not that one. The other one. What's the other
I
one?
have
No, it's the
you
recent
and I have you and glasses, you and Pippa, the plushy one, and you with another VTuber. I think the meta one you were telling me about.
No, it was I just sent them recently.
I'm not
like, a
coping.
minute-
I don't snort the copium. That's not how we do things here.
Oh, come on, Dula, come on.
I don't snort copium. I don't copium. I inhale the
I thought I was gonna
copium.
Because I thought
Like
I was gonna show it later.
Show what later?
It's because I was gonna show it, but the fucking like.
Oh,
Catwoman
so you never
for
sent
the-
it. Well, here, just send
I
it to
never
me. Just send it to me later, and I'll bring it up on stream afterwards. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay, let's talk about let's get to the Face Connect later on then.
okay. So then, am I showing this person? So who is this? I merely when I saw her, I thought Fifi, but this isn't Fifi, right? Or is this Fifi?
Hold up.
I still don't know all my VTubers well. I'm learning. I'm being taught. Someone is pulling me aside and
Lucy.
grading.
No, that's Lucy. Lucy Pride.
Lucy Pride. That's a nice name. I like that. Her design's
Pride.
pretty nice.
No, not pride. Pride.
Like she's
P
prying
Y
or something open with a crowbar.
Lucy Pride. No, it's because she's a demon.
I don't get it. I don't
Because
get
she's
it.
a demon. She's a demon. She's a demon girl. I mean, look at the ups. Look at the inverted crosses. Look at the pentagrams.
But what does that have to do
She
with
is
prying
not-
something open?
I don't know. You gotta have to ask her herself.
Yes, I will go to the next convention myself, and I will just sit there waiting for my turn like a good little boy. And as soon as I get to my turn, I'm like, I need to ask you a question. Very important. My co-host and me are having a debate. Why is your name Pry?
No, you gotta ask that beside me.
Oh, a little demon eye like charm on the. Oh, that's really cute. I like that.
I'm saying you gotta be there with me to ask that, because I gotta say it wasn't me who came up with the question. It was my co-host who did it.
I don't. Okay, I'm letting you know right now. I don't do well meeting people that are like famous. Not that I get like
Yeah.
super nervous. I just don't know that they're famous.
Yeah, because you're not familiar with them.
Exactly. Like
You only do it when you're familiar with them.
not even so that's kind of true, but like the problem is like for instance I was just getting back into Magic. This is like back in 2022 2021, and me and my friends go to something called Command Fest here in Orlando, which is the big convention of Magic the Gathering players all playing Commander and playing events and having fun, whatever, right, and selling cards. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. My first time ever doing a convention like that. And so there was a lot of like Magic the Gathering streamers and content creators. Where there was one sitting at a booth that was next to a cosplayer. She was cosplaying like specific characters. And he actually sat next to me on an event where we did the other day, and I was like, oh hey, I didn't really get a chance to like you asked me a question the other day, I didn't really get a chance to talk to you and answer you back because we all got busy. He's like, oh yeah, no worries. And so we started talking for a bit, and he told me, he's like, oh so did you want like an autograph or anything? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, like did you want like, I'm like, and I point to the girl, I'm like, from her? And she's like, no, from him. I'm like, oh, who are you? And that man's face looks so shocked. He's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, I would imagine how embarrassing that was.
No. I literally said to his face, I don't know who you are. And I proceeded to walk away thinking it was fine. My friend looked at me like I was the biggest dickhead ever. And I didn't realize until after I had said it. And I'm like, did that sound really bad? And he goes, yes, that sounded horrible. You just told that man straight to his face, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like exactly like I don't know who you are. It was like saying like it was something along those lines. But I felt really bad afterwards. I wanted to go back to apologize, but then more people had started gathering around his table and talking to him. And I'm like, I'll see him again. Never saw him again. That's what I'm saying. I know Mr. McGee was rude as fuck, but again, I didn't know who he was. I'm brutally honest with people. Like people was like, oh, so what did you think of the new movie? I'm like, oh, I thought it was shit. Right? If a director straight up walked to me, he's like, so what did you think of my movie? I'm going to tell him, oh, it was crap. And then he's be like, oh, you didn't like it? I'm like, no, I didn't. I thought it was horrible. Like, it's like the scene from This Is the End. Whenever the guy who does voices for Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon was asked, like, you don't like Forrest Gump? He's like, no, I thought it was a horrendous piece of shit. I'm like that, kind of. It's awful. I'm an asshole for it, but, like, just how I am sometimes.
Oh yeah, but speaking of like not knowing VTubers well, I want you to show chat of me meeting because this like it's like other demon VTuber that I didn't know. I just like
I don't think you sent me that. You sent me 6 pictures. Like I said, you sent me that one, the 2 Cinder things. You win
the one with the big screen.
I have this one, and then I have the Cinder one.
No, it's the one where it looks like a dummy mommy.
I have Pippa.
Blonde hair.
I have Pippa. So, like I said, are you talking about this person in the back right here, this wolf chick, or was that Buff Putt? Who is that?
Let's see.
Like I said, you only sent me 6 photos. Were there more?
Yes, I sent you more. There's like fucking
Nah, hon, I only got 6 photos from you.
I literally like sent fucking
Did you send
10.
them afterwards? Because because you were also trying to show
I
me
didn't send.
something.
Yeah, no, I showed them all of them to you.
Yeah, I only got
Um,
6 photos.
because you forgot to download them.
No, I literally only got 6 photos from you. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, I'm sorry. Okay, let's. I'm gonna just say it's chalk it up to my negligence, my fault. Is there anything else you want to go over with these before we go actually to the main topics?
No, it's just I got to meet your Oshi too.
Yeah,
My Oshi.
I'm so sad I didn't get to meet her, but I did get to see you see her, so that was really nice. And you got to
give
meet
a
Pippa.
personal shout out to you.
It's so cute. Pippa has never changed her model. I mean, this is the only time I've actually been different. It's just her being chibi, and that's it.
Yeah, and then I also met Mari, which I had such a fabulous conversation with her.
Yeah, it's such a fabulous conversation with Mari.
Yes, I did.
It's so fabulous. Oh my god.
Do you want me to mention the whole conversation of what happened?
Sure, if you want to mention. If you're not like, is it anything like embarrassing or anything?
No, it's just fun. It was just funny. It was like a really funny conversation.
Okay, go ahead.
Cause she was like, she like literally just called me an insult, and then I told her, "Yeah, what are you, a fucking slacker? What are you, a fucking slacker?" It's like, "I'm not a slacker." And she was like, "Okay, yeah, never mind. You're all right. I am a slacker." And then we just talked about the usual.
Oh, we all can be a little slacker sometimes. Like,
and then we usually talked about the metal and the metal band and
the jacket is a
other
nice,
rock,
like, conversation piece.
Yeah, as it always starts, because I always wear my battle jacket because it's always a conversation starter and all that stuff. And we got
Hello.
And then yeah, we were just
I
talking
thought that was
about
Doki.
that.
Wait,
and
is
then
that Doki?
we were just talking about that, and then what, and then I told her, I really like because you're really funny, and she's like, yeah, I am funny.
I love Mari. I don't know. I don't watch her always, but I think I think she is quite funny, and I think she has a great personality to go along with
yeah,
it.
she does. Yeah, she does. She's really funny. And then as we were posing for the photo, she literally like said, and when I told her, "Do you want a photo?" I was like, "Yeah." And then she told me, "Okay." And a count of 3, we're gonna say butthole.
Oh God. Gamakichi
Like,
anime announced. Ooh.
and then she said, and that's what we did. That's what we did. We said 3, 2, 1, butthole.
Nice.
And then as soon as I thanked her, she was like, and she said, I'm gonna come to your house and find you." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna have my shotgun loaded."
Wait, you said that to Mari?
Yeah. No, she told me that. No, she told me that I'm gonna go to your house and find you. I'm like, "Okay, great. I'm gonna have my shotgun loaded."
Yo, Shonen Jump's most hyped new manga gets official anime adaptation.
No,
I
you heard
don't
about
know
that,
this
right?
series. Mrs. Forge is still impatient. Kamigachi fans were aware the finale of the anime adaptation of Tensei Hits manga published weekly Shonen Jump had been announced. It's stated that the April 2027. Wow. Short teaser trailer was premiered during the Shonen Jump's Jump Press event on Monday morning, which is highlighted saluted the ooh. But what is this series? Kamigachi animized tease announced mostly keeping the protagonist Chirurgi as spotlight. The anime producers is by Cybic Studios. I don't know them. Best known for Umase Pretty Derby. Okay, that's not bad animation. And the Summer of Hero died. Oh, I need to finish that. And the director Tatsumaki, he is also arguably the most skilled at action animation directors in the industry, which credits spanning Naruto. These are all questionable as references to great action animation. Naruto.
No,
Now, did he do like the earlier Naruto? Or did he do like Shippuden? I've been reading it since day one. It's amazing, awesome art and combat scenes. Oh no, it looks like it's gonna be like I think I do see. I think Chibi shared the teaser, and I saw it for a brief moment. I didn't actually click on the video. I was scrolling and I just kind of watched it. I
yeah.
just saw like him draw the
Oh, yeah.
katana.
No, but but before you switched out, did you already heard what would happen?
Yeah, I heard you talk about bringing out the shotgun.
That was like when I was like telling my friends that, they just all laugh. I'm like, she
God.
literally just went as far as to saying, "I'm gonna go to your house and find you." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have my shotgun loaded."
Wait, what the fuck? Gamachi is also tapped in the Kaigo saga has served as anime's character design, known for his work in a variety of anime including Erased, Blue Exorcist, The Seven Deadly Sins, and pretty much more. Okay, I mean, I do like some of the designs, despite me not liking the Seven Deadly Sins. I do like some of the designs of characters like Iscanor. Um, I like fuck, what is his name? The Sin of Greed. Oh, I'm forgetting. Bant. I like his design. Meliodas, take it or leave it. You know, Blue Exorcist got some pretty decent designs. God, that season 3 was a huge disappointment though. And Erased, that's got some pretty cute designs. That's one of those stories where like you really, really, really have to accept the premise of him being able to rewind time as a thing he can just do. But even if you do, you have to question it. Wait, why weren't you able to do it to this extent earlier? Why are you only able to do it now? And then you have to make the argument, well, maybe it's because he's in a stressful situation and he's able to push it past his limit, yada yada yada. But like, the more you start questioning the supernatural element, the more harder it becomes to really become, for me to at least enjoy that anime, because there's so many questions I have about how the actual supernatural element works that it actually breaks the series, because everything hinges on his ability to rewind time.
Yeah.
The characters are great. I fucking adore the characters. The mom is my favorite character. She is hands down one of the best anime moms I've seen in a long time. She was great. But everything with the fucking series hinges on that ability for him to rewind time. And
Yeah.
no matter how much I tried to make it make sense, it doesn't. And it hurts the series so much. I love the characters and the plot twist so much that to me that series is a strong, subjectively 7 out of 10, but I can't give it anything higher than that because the supernatural element just ruins so much for it to make sense.
So speaking of anime moms, what do you think of Mamako?
Mamako?
Yes.
Mamako.
Like, do you love your mom? Or two targets or some shit like that. I forgot the fucking name.
Mamako. This character?
Yes.
Wait, is this the fantasy one where like it's all about like the dude's mom? Like, I have not watched it because when I read the description on High Dive, it kind of turned me off immediately. I was like, oh, I don't care to watch this now. Yeah, like I said,
I remember people were like just joking about that.
God. Yeah, no, it just did not interest me. But we're getting super off topic. Before we start, I need to ask you, Bruno, is there anything else you want to ask? Or like bring up?
We'll probably bring it up later or some other day.
Okay, so then we can actually start for the actual topics, and we have a lot. I'm going to try not to speed run these.
Yeah, because we have time because I can't work on my car right now, so.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, yeah, that's the one where the mom's like a yandere and like all the girls like falling for him, and yeah, I looked into that. I read the description and I saw clips of it online. I was gonna check it out, but then I decided I opted out to it, and the anime I opted out to it for, I regret. I don't actually regret it, but at the same time, I'm kind of sad that I wasted my time on it. And that's like the anime called like a loner, an owner's life of leveling up or something like that, where the premise is like this dude's entire school gets isekai'd and he's like the dweeb of dweebs, but like he gets all the shitty skills because he gets isekai'd last. But the god feels so bad for him, he's like, oh, I'll give you all the crappy skills like elite in like fucking like carpentry or some shit like that. And like he somehow makes it works, but huh?
So how comparable does that plot is to Rent a Girlfriend?
Okay, why do you have to do this to me every time? Do we have to have like a stream? Can I not have one stream? One simple stream where I don't fucking shit all over Rent a Girlfriend?
Well, I mean, if it's got a shitty plot, you might as well compare.
Well,
it to Rent a
something can have a
Girlfriend.
shitty plot but still be written well. The problem is Rent a Girlfriend from its very conception was made by someone who either A, never actually had a girlfriend, or B, was someone who did have a girlfriend, and to spite her, he wanted to make her a character in the series and just wanted to like make bad things. It's like literally it's written by a man child. That's the only way I can actually describe it because the anime is so abhorrently awful when it comes to the main character. He is such a shitheel of a person. It is unbearable to watch. I've yet to continue season 2 because how much I fucking hate the character.
I'm gonna mention even more, Dula.
No, please stop. I got too much anime to watch right now. I stopped giving me other anime to watch. Anyways, okay,
so you're saying Rent a Girlfriend gives you PTSD?
it doesn't give me PTSD, but it makes me vehemently annoyed every time I hear someone talk about it. Again, I question why fucking Chibi and so many other online anime content creators bring up, oh, did you see what happened in the latest chapter? I can't believe they wrote it this way. I'm like, why? Why can't you believe it? Everything about the anime tells us that he was going to write it this way because he sucks.
It's basically Sneeko the anime.
Anyways, stop it. We're going to the first topic. This is actually, I'm actually working on a video for this, and I had to like finish. Like I was almost done with this video about a couple days ago, but then something happened where let's not talk about Rent a Girlfriend, the worst Boruto somehow. It's worse than Boruto. Don't let the Boruto fans hear you say that. Apparently, if you call their anime shit, they're fucking want to kill you.
Fucking like some fucking elitist shit.
It's not elitist shit. It's just fucking. It's just fanboys being so obsessed with their fucking favorite series that like if you shit on it or like talk ill of it, they'll fucking try to like track you down and kill you or like at least like annoy you with like death threats or like just like spamming of like don't talk to this guy. Don't talk. He's such an asshole. Yeah.
Like it's just as bad as fanboys try to like beef each other saying who's gonna win this? Oh, Goku's gonna win this.
That's awful, Boruto fan. Stop it.
Yeah, we're crackling.
I'm sorry. That caught me off guard. That was really funny. Thank you, Huntress. That was amazing. But anyways, okay. So, Bruto, did you hear about this at all? About the creator of Go For It Nakamura deleting her account?
Yes.
Okay, so this happened back around April.
Yeah, I literally had to tell you about this because.
Well, no, actually, you told me about it the same day I found out about it, and that's when I started working on a video for it. So.
Because, oh man, there's quite an epidemic of manga artists literally getting flack by these fucking Westerner.
Well, it's funny enough. Funny enough. It's not just Westerners in the sense of like people in the UK, EU, America, and Canada. It's not just them, because the initial people who like really started ragging on her were from Brazil. So you had Brazilian, South American people like basically like ragging on her shit initially, because of some of the actual.
Because they're a bunch of deranged activists. That's what they are.
Well, I don't want to call it. I don't know. I don't know what Brazilian is like. What Brazil is like when it comes to that type of like ideology.
Brazil is like filled with a bunch of brain dead leftoids.
Is it? I don't know shit about Brazil. But anyways, all I know is that they really love soccer and they're obsessed with it. But anyways, so.
Oh yeah, and then Sepultura is from Brazil. So.
Yes. So the creator of Go For It Nakamura deletes her account after being told to disappear. The author was harassed by fans who were upset. I really struggle to call them fans, but overset the content of Go For It Nakamura. As the article explains, essentially the author came out and wrote this. Because I've only ever received complaints consisting of why would you ever draw this, I am seen to lack the ability to create works that brings the joy to everyone expects. I don't think there's any point of continuing as a manga artist. I thought I would be the best at giving the final goodbye, but since I was told to immediately disappear, I will erase this by noon, Sunday. So she wrote that, and again, this has been translated a few different times, so people didn't really know if she meant what she said behind that, meaning that she was going to stop being a manga artist. But people took that to heart regardless because, well, there have been content creators, established writers, authors that have literally quit doing what they wanted to do because some jackass, like, started to harass them.
Group of jackasses, to be more
I know, but I'm saying this isn't unheard of. people have stopped working on their stuff because some people came along and decided to
Yes.
become shit heels and attack someone.
Yeah. No.
Almost the same
But
thing
from
happened. Wait, hold up. Almost the
yeah.
same thing happened with the creator of Kanichi. Yeah, exactly. Like we talked about that the stream before we
Yes.
ended, and there's
That's
actually a bit
what
of information we'll be
this.
covering with her today as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually gonna say we're talking about this because, and I was gonna say this. I'm like, yes, there is quite an epidemic of manga artists getting flack because of the so-called slacktivists.
Well, and it's because again we'll go into it later, but here, as the article writes, last year Sunday responded to Brazilian fans accusing the manga showed of inappropriate relationship between Aki and Sue. The artist clarified that the teacher has no ill intentions. By the way, what they're speaking about is that there's a scene, and I literally read, and it's not that hard because she only wrote one volume for Go for Nakamura. There's an anime for one volume anime. That's crazy. But I read the entire book. What they're talking about happens in chapter 8, I believe. Essentially, is Nakamura fucking like gets sick and throws up because the dumbass decides to drink a bunch of protein powder for several days because he wants to bulk up to look good for the boy he's trying to like pine over.
So
So
Bara, basically.
yeah, so he basically vomits, right? Because he's been doing nothing but ingesting like
No,
large
the
quantity of
Bara.
protein. So literally, the teacher and the love interest takes him to the nurse's office, and she's not there. So they lay him on the bed and they wait for her to return. During the actual moment those two are there, they start having a conversation about like, there's a game he's playing on his phone. Oh, I play that game too. Things like that. And then the boy is like, because I guess like it's implied that the teacher has like given him rides home sometimes because he has after school programs, and the teacher's like a nice guy. That he asks, hey, can I get your contact info? And the teacher's like, oh, hell no. And he's like, why? And he's like, questioning, acting very bratty. The teacher smiles and sees him like acting bratty, and he's like saying like, "You'd be really cute if you were a girl, but you're not." That's what he says. So
People are fighting
that's
over
the
the most
implied
frivolous things ever.
relationship these two have. That she's basically implying that these two have like a, could there be something there? I'm like, no, it's the teacher acting stupid and the kid acting very stupid too. It's not really anything big. It's literally just a
Yeah.
scene supposed to kind of like show chemistry between the two in a kind of like almost friendly like teacher versus student thing. Dynamic, that's the word, dynamic. But other than that, that's what the scene they're talking about. And they're saying because the
Yeah.
implications there, you're saying you're basically romanticizing the relationship between a minor and an adult. And she came out and said, "No, that's not what I'm doing."
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then one of the I keep forgetting the character because I don't watch the Jujutsu Kaisen. Then they confirmed that one of the characters who's a trap could
No,
to be
so
what
that's
you.
actually a misconception from what I've read and seen. The actual author has done a good job of not actually confirming whether or not the character you're talking about is trans or is a guy. They've just kind of like implied that at one point they looked very masculine and slowly started to become more feminine. That's it. From what I've gathered, I don't watch a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen. I actually think I've only seen season one, and I have some problems with Jujutsu Kaisen as a story.
Yeah.
I know it's got great animation and people fucking really love it, but I have severe problems when it comes to Jujutsu Kaisen when it comes to the actual story. But I'm gonna get into that way down the line.
No, but the character is really cute. I like it.
Oh no, I like the character designs, and I really like a lot of the chemistry between each characters of Jujutsu Kaisen. I
No,
really like those.
I'm talking about the trap character. Or
Oh, I think she's great too. Honestly, I wouldn't care if she was actually just a pure female. Like I don't care if like they're trans. I think that character is great, and I love the relationship between her and the
yeah,
dude's ability is a slot machine. That's fucking amazing. I love characters that have like gamble effect abilities.
yeah,
Also, I gotta show you something later that's really really funny that I found because of the Jujutsu Kaisen involving that same character. Anyways,
yeah,
so basically they go over the fact that like essentially that happened with the Brazilian fans, and on the side front here, why this whole got kind of brought back up is because when the adaptation actually aired, right, the anime finally aired. Within the first
yeah,
two episodes, there was a scene that was cut out from the second episode, and that scene was essentially a fantasy Nakamura had with the love interest who was holding a octopus, and the scene was literally just Nakamura imagining like the tentacles wrapping around the kid and basically kind of like a whole like, oh, Nakamura, don't look at me like this, like kind of like idea, like kind of like, you know, what many young boys would imagine their love interest to be doing. But he had his clothes on. It was literally just the tentacles wrapping around him. There was a bit of sexualness to it, but that's because it's coming from the mind of a person who's in love with the actual character. So it's kind of like, you know, understandable. Because again, you could put yourself in that same position. How often, as we as actual kids, imagine the people we pined over being put in a situation like, wow, it'd be great if that happened. Again, that's all it was. And then none of the clothes came off. There was no like the tentacles weren't going deeper into place that weren't things like that. Uh, I'm glad I'm not the only one who doesn't glaze Jujutsu Kaisen. I tried to relate. No, honestly, Hunt, you're fine. I know of only a few other people in my life that actually don't fucking like fawn over Jujutsu Kaisen. They think it's either okay or they just think it's like overhyped. I seen the entire first season and I've kind of skipped parts because I wanted to check out like the scenes with the guy I was telling you about, the guy with the ability for like gambling, because I thought he was really cool. I don't really care much for it. I think the series suffers so much more from you know, I'm not gonna get into this. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, so because that scene was cut out, fans of the manga asked why was it cut out, and people started to investigate the scene they're talking about because these are people who only watch anime versus the people who watch like read manga as well. And as soon as the people who just like watch anime found out about the scene, that's when all hell broke loose and it reignited a lot of the problems from the past people who complained about her series. So that led to basically people like lambasting her and like fucking flaming her on her account, and then that's what led to her like leaving. Bruto?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, you weren't talking. So that's kind of like the background with that.
But I thought I was talking.
I kept seeing your model bounce up and down, but no words were actually coming out.
That's strange. Oh yeah, because it might be the fan picking up the sound.
Ah, okay. But yeah, so that's what happened there, and because of this, a bunch of I can actually probably go to it. Let me see. Bookmarks. Okay, so actually, you know what? No, that's not it. So here in this article right here, you can kind of see like a bunch of like both Japanese and some Western like people started coming out in support of her. Like we can't have good things. Teenagers' moral superiority complex always being ruined by everything. I hate recent fandom spaces so much. Tourists are always ruining everything. Again, there's a lot of like both Western and like Japanese like accounts here, kind of like defending the creator and her work versus the people who are like I've seen so many, like I went on Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, and X, and I started reading all the comments to see, because like the actual original post is deleted. No one actually saved any screenshots of like the comments that were being said in that moment. So I couldn't find anything. And people have told me when it comes to people on the argument side of the West side were all a bunch of like leftist leaning, like, you know, Puritans. Again, I can't say there's any proof to that because I haven't seen any comments, but I have seen new comments of people commenting on this, and yes, there is a mixture of both people, like for instance, who have like, you know, they he them and the bio and shit, but also some more people I would.
And then a lot of times when they do face reveal, they always have dyed hair in the nose ring.
Well, again, but that's what I'm saying. Some of those people do look like they play the part, but I am seeing some other accounts that look kind of normie based.
Yeah,
looking at her,
and then they always have the free Palestine and the waterman. Like it's always the free Palestine people.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it always is. In this case, I'm seeing evidence of some of those people being like that, but I'm also seeing people like regular, like typical guy down the street, Billy out there fucking working construction job. He's saying shit. But on Instagram, on Reddit, on Facebook, I'm seeing a bunch of people just straight up call her a straight up pedophile, or at the very least, putting out pedo content for pedophiles.
So basically, they're acting like aunties, pretty much.
Yes, many of them are acting like aunties, and it became so unbelievably, I guess, overwhelming for her that she just decided to delete her accounts on any social media.
Yeah.
Now, why that's important to me is kind of going over back to the. Let me see. No, not that one. Maybe it's back on Facebook. I don't think I grabbed an article about this. I thought I did. Did I not? Shit. Okay, so hopefully I have it on my bookmark. I guess I forgot one article. No, fuck. Okay, so I don't have it, but essentially what happens is this is why I had to extend my script for longer for my new video coming out is because recently the actual author has come back out to mention something. The publishing studio she works for gave an announcement after about I think it was like a straight week that she wasn't saying anything to kind of like talk about the situation. And again, remember how I said that people were on her side and were defending her. She came out and basically apologized for the fact that people saw her work, saw it this way, and said she won't be drawing anything like that ever again, essentially saying she's going to be self-censoring herself going forward for all her works, and basically apologizing to those people who attacked her.
So basically, it's going through the Daisuke route with the whole Bridget fiasco.
She bent the knee. She bent the knee, 100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
basically, like,
yeah.
creator guilty gear.
Yeah, exactly. So that's basically what happened. She bent the knee to these fucking people who like are literally calling for her death,
No.
calling her for to like basically be shot in the head, be taken out and like on the streets and everything. Like I've read some really important shit that these people were saying to her. Again, it's not just that. Again, they're straight up calling her either a pedophile or someone who writes content for pedophiles. And she's like, I won't do this again. I promise you. Like my agency isn't about that. I'm not about that. And from this point forward, I want to be censoring my own work. And essentially, the people who once supported her, like many of the Japanese accounts that I was reading, did a 180 and was like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?"
Yeah, those aren't your audience right by this point.
But that's kind of like what happens. These people come out and attack you, and like say you're everything in the book, and they just hammer you with all this shit until you're like this little grain of sand amongst all the other little grains of sands, and all you can do is basically like cower in fear. It's like, okay, I'll listen to your rules. I'll abide by your terms from this point forward. I promise you. Just please stop punching me while I'm down.
Yeah, basically.
And again, like you can say all the things you want about certain content creators online and certain authors. Like again, people were attacking the guy who made the wrote the book Hail Mary, and then the movie came out, and because he fucking did a interview with the Critical Drinker, people started attacking him, saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna see your fucking movie now because you did an interview with a white ring fucking Nazi." And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah, they're just critics. They don't,
But
they
that's
don't
what I'm
do any
saying. Like,
politics whatsoever.
but the guy for Hail Mary is like, fuck you. Like he's just like, I just want my people to watch my movie. If you don't want to see my movie, then I don't give a shit. And I can say like, yeah, based exactly what you need to do. You got to tell these people to fucking shove it, and like literally.
And it is funny because the same people who be like bashing up shit, they need your two creators who say when they write like really like diverse comic books and say like, and then the authors are like, yeah, if you don't like my comic books, don't buy them. Like, yeah, that's you asking yourself to go bankrupt.
No, that's exactly what happened to you remember Dice years ago when they made, I think it was Battlefield 5, I don't remember, the one where they had the girl with the prosthetic.
I don't think so.
Okay, so a while back, Dice like fucking made the newest Battlefield game that everyone was excited for, and then when people actually saw the gameplay, like they saw that the main character, well, one of the main characters was gonna be a female soldier, an all female like group of like squads, with one, the main girl had an actual prosthetic arm, and she was using a rifle, so. Like they added in all these extra layers of bullshit, and then you found out that the people that were actually like a part of the squad were like a straight, like, because she was supposed to represent this specific Russian military group that was going to be like thank you Mr. Monkey, that was Battlefield 1. So not only did they change the gender of this specific group that was actually like has historical relevancy to the actual war that they were a part of, but again they made one of them a prosthetic leader of this group wielding a rifle to use for combat. There ain't no way in hell you're gonna be able to like. You might be able to use that thing, but you're not gonna be a crack shot with it. So they did this, and then people got really mad, and it's like, why would you do this? And DICE was straight up like, "Oh, you guys have a problem with this? Well, you cannot buy our games." And then, no. And what happened afterwards? Literally, like 90% of the people who pre-ordered the game canceled.
Yeah.
And then, like 2 months later, DICE was like, "Okay, we're sorry. We're not changing it, but we're sorry. Please buy our game."
Why the fuck would you apologize for your own bullshit? That
because
doesn't make any
because
fucking sense.
because they know, like, that moment he was like thinking he was sticking to his guns, and he's just like, "Yeah, fuck these people. They don't mean anything to us." And then he realized, literally, wait, that's our income that we just said go fuck yourself to. No, come back.
Yeah, this is way more pathetic than the comic book writers that write all diversity shit.
But that's so many developers nowadays.
And their comic books don't even sell. It's funny how they say, "Oh, if you don't like our comic books, don't buy them." And then
People don't, because they don't want to waste their money on fucking triple bullshit. Instead of, like, actually, like, that's why literally anime started to blow up more and manga started to blow up more, because people got tired of the fucking writing that was happening in comic books. Like, no one was enjoying.
And also a lot of Western cartoons. Like
Exactly.
Cartoon Network
People
shows,
started
Nickelodeon shows.
starting to go more towards the east side of things, because their stories
I was like that too in high school. You know, I had to shift back to. I had to start getting into the East because I was just tired of.
Well, no, I was always into anime, but, like, literally during the actual, like, 2014s to 2016s, I started noticing, literally, like, man, all this is really crap. Why are you guys continue making crap? And then I started noticing why, and I'm like, oh, okay, because these pieces of shit are pushing them, are entering into these fields. I tell people, millennials, my generation is the bane of existence when it comes to culture. We fucking suck, dude. I hate millennials.
Yeah, I do too. Hon.
Thank you. But anyways, so to kind of move off that topic now, yeah, she bent the knee, and basically now she's getting shut on by both sides, because, surprise, surprise, the people she's apologizing to didn't accept it and are still lambasting her for the fact that she wrote what they consider to be child porn, in a sense. So now she doesn't have much support from the Japanese side and the Western side of things, and now she has more people attacking her from the West now too. So you reap what you sow, hon. It sucks. Yeah. And again, I tell people this too, because I actually got in a conversation with someone about this. This doesn't take away the fact that what these people did are still very disgusting. Like, two wrongs don't make a right. Just because she's saying something now that sucks doesn't make it any less, like, terrible what these people did in the past. You have to treat every situation as an individual, like, action that happens. You can't. It's like, basically, like, she was accused of murder, so we defend her for, like, not for being. We defended her because she was innocent, but later we found out that she was actually shoplifting. Like, you can like be mad at the crime she's doing now, but you can't go back and retract your, oh, okay, you're a shoplifter. Well, fuck you. I'm gonna take back my words of you, like, being accused of murder. Then I'm gonna stop defending you for that. I'm like, no. Keep defending her for that, because that's untrue.
Yeah.
But you can still criticize her for being a shoplifter. Is essentially what I'm saying.
No, I get you.
Yeah. So going on to the next piece of information, kind of continuing on with this trend of authors just being attacked by their quote-unquote fan base. Author explodes
Western
against foreign fans for demanding free ships. So as I believe it was Huntress that brought it up. Huntress, yeah, Gachikuda. So Huntress brought up Gachikuda, and that's why I was like, hold that thought, because this is where we're going to be going into that.
Free ships? What do you mean, like, free ships?
So,
as in, like, shipping costs, or
no? Okay, so you know what? I'll go to the tweet here. So Nakari Michi, author of the no, this isn't. Is it? Yes. Okay, so both of them did. So two people talked about it. This is the author of a new anime that's going to be releasing soon. She got an adaptation. I Want the Losing Heroine to Win. Says she tried to oversee fans demanding ships to change to the plot. People who read for free on foreign pirate sites think they can control over the story. I get a lot of demands like, if you don't pair X and X with X and X, you're not a real writer. I'm thrilled to have fans overseas, but from how loud they are despite reading for free, I really appreciate if they just drop the cash first. Basically implying that the people who are complaining are people who are reading off of aggregate sites that are like pirating her work and then looking at her work, considering themselves fans, and then demanding, hey, you should make female character A get with female character B because that's how I like it.
Another moment of trying to literally tell and defeat the purpose of what the
Well, she's getting
original
upset.
mission was.
She's getting upset for twofold. One, she's getting upset because these people are using pirate sites, so she gets none of the actual monetary gain for you to purchase her manga because you're essentially using a site to to read it for free. And she's getting mad too because people who then are doing that are then complaining to her and saying, "Hey, we want these characters to get together because that's our headcanon."
Yeah, a bunch of Tumblr bullshit.
No, I agree, Mr. Monkey. I 100% agree. Like, people can get mad and, like, say, like, oh, but, you know, some people can't afford manga. I'm like, I understand that. But see, here's what I always tell people. If you're going to be a fair-seeing pirate on the seas and look for your booty treasure, right? If you're going to do that, and if you don't have the money currently, like, I have no problem with someone going to an aggregate site, like going to one of those sites and reading a manga to start off because you want to actually, let's say you find out about a manga that you have a small interest in, and you're like, but I don't want to actually like purchase it because if I don't like it, I just spent, let's say, $10-15 on it, right? Going to one of those sites can help you and benefit you become slowly interested in a work that you probably either didn't have a lot of.
Like a library. Or
Yeah, exactly. Like, think of
Blockbuster,
it like you're
the
checking out a
Blockbuster.
book. Think of it like you're checking out a book for a small period, just to hopefully be able to purchase the actual. And this is what I tell people: if you actually do it,
or just like how you did it with Blockbuster, how you would like try out a game and see.
kind of yes and no. The difference is there you were still paying for the rental, and the Blockbuster company would take on the profit, but they themselves had to technically rent and or buy the game so then you could purchase it for the for the moment. So the actual people who made the game are still earning a profit too, just not the same way.
No, but even then, it's like not even much. It's like a few dollars.
But still, that's still, it's still an actual, like, you know, system of like money transfer over to gains and owns. Like, that's the thing. In this case, it's not even that. For instance, it's literally them reading something for completely free, so the author gets absolutely nothing. She gets none of the foot traffic from the actual people going to those websites. She gets none of the revenue from the actual sites that hold those advertisements on there so they can make some sort of money for these sites being active the way they are. She gets nothing. She gets squat. So that's the whole reason. That's the difference between a rental video store like Blockbuster or anything versus a pirated site. But in this case, keep your head canon and your heads, folks. Exactly. Like, I don't give a shit if you want Goku and Vegeta to fuck one day. I don't need to be hearing about that. Save that shit for your fucking fan art, like, on Tumblr.
Yeah, because it's always gonna be the Tumblr bullshit.
I just bring up Tumblr because that was like a website that I knew a lot. I had a few friends that I went to school with back in high school who drew nothing but yaoi art, and they fucking used Tumblr all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
These people are basically. These people.
I wouldn't be surprised that they would become the same type of people who would be harassing manga artists.
Oh, they are. They essentially, like, she's putting it in a much more like digestible like explanation. But I know for a fact, because I was looking at some of the comment sections, that these people are like that. Again, look at great example. The writer from My Hero Academia, he got sick a lot. Sometimes through health problems, other times through depression, and sometimes the cause of his depression was the My Hero fan base for several different reasons. But one of the main reasons was because how often people would fucking like lambast his comment section. Anytime he posted anything, any like teaser for artwork or anything talking about a character, the shippers would come out in droves and say, Bakugo and Kirishima, Bakugo and fucking Midoriya, Bakugo and for some reason Bakugo all the fucking time, but Bakugo and this character, and Bakugo got to ship this, and if you don't ship this, we're gonna kill you.
I remember people in my high school talking about how toxic My Hero was.
No, My Hero got really toxic. Again, this is the fault with kind of like really popular shonen, is because how easily to digest the story and characters are to most people, it gravitates towards them, and oftentimes that picks up the.
And that's why I don't bother just getting into shonen.
No, I like certain shonens. I think again, I like One Piece. I grew up on Dragon Ball Z. I watched all of Super. I like Hunter x Hunter. I like shonen animes. The problem is I stay away from majority of any communities, regardless of whatever fandom it is, because I've entered into those spaces and I know what to expect. I may meet like one, two good few people in there that are actually actively conversating and talking, but usually the people who are part of those communities, like me, don't talk too much in those communities. It's like being on Xbox Game Chat nowadays. You have a headset on, but you have your party muted and you have yourself muted. Why? Because you know if you unmute that shit, all you're gonna hear is some 12-year-old fucking kid screaming the N-word 20 times over because he's mad that you didn't pick him up after he got down because he's retarded and he charged in there on a 3-person team.
Yeah, I mean, like, not gonna lie, I do like some certain shonen. I mean, Spy Family is always gonna be a great example because I always really love Spy Family.
I love Spy Family. I think Spy Family is a nice, cozy anime that like anyone can easily. Hold up, before I continue, I gotta finish Mr. Monkey's comment. These people are basically Kuturians. They don't go where they will be entertained. They go with no, exactly. Like their first foremost thought isn't how will I enjoy this. It's how can I basically push my like. I don't even want to say perspectives, but like my thoughts and opinions onto this as heavily as I can to hopefully change it. Because there is no other way around it as to why so many people would actively like hurl all this shit at an author. It's not even just manga and anime. It's literally, this has been happening for comics for a while now. And the problem was many of the actual old guard comic book artists left, and what took over was, well, millennials like me. So anytime a fan would be like, hey, can you do this? They'd listen and they'd change it. And what happened? The story became shit because it wasn't part of the actual like previous time of event. Like some of the actual actions that started happening to Spider-Man as a character and later books that were happening because fans started to get involved. And when I say fans, I don't mean fans who are bit with the series for like its entirety or of its running, who collected the books and everything. I'm talking about assholes who got into the series because they fucking watched Spider-Man on fucking Avengers. And I was like, I'm a fan now. I saw it too. Buddy, if I go into community based around, manga about lesbians and oh my god, there is nothing worse than getting to a discussion with someone that's part of the fucking yaoi or yuri community.
Exactly.
I'm gonna just say this right now. I don't hate boys love. I don't hate girls love. What I hate is that a majority of the time
I don't hate them either. I mean, hell, I love me some good. I love me some gushing over magical girls. That shit is fucking awesome.
Again, I still have a big problem with gushing over magical girls. I still have a big problem that the author needs to answer me. Why are there only women in that world, and how do they reproduce? Do some women have dicks? How? There is not a single guy, Brutal! Oh, no guys!
But there are times where certain series would only have, like, an only female cast.
Okay, but this isn't a only female cast! This is an entire planet that is nothing but women!
I mean, there are children there, but...
But they're all little girls! There's no boys! There's no guys! There's no cock! There's no man in that entire world! How do they reproduce?
I don't know. I just like this. It's really funny.
That's fine, you can like it for funny, but I need the author to answer me this. That Futa spell button. I literally looked that up too. I was curious because I was watching What's Your Magic because you recommended it to me, and I was like, literally had to go on Reddit. I'm like, I need to ask this question: why are there only women? And literally every person that answered me back was like, yeah, there's no explanation. That's just something we noticed too, and we just kind of like go along with it. I'm like, but then how do they reproduce? And some guy goes, you've heard of a futanari, right?
I mean, that does happen in a lot of doujinshis, though.
It happens in doujinshis, but that's essentially a fan fiction work that they drew themselves. That's really cool, and I like that. But again, in the actual work, there are no fucking dudes, Bruno. They're all girls.
I mean, you can't say... I mean, for Bochi, I mean, I know there are no characters, but it's like mostly just...
But you see her dad. But you see guys in the background.
But I know a lot of doujinshis are like Futanari.
But hun, that is not actual canon work.
I know I know, but it's like Japanese words. We're not like talking like Western shit.
But I'm asking the simple. Or you know what? Off topic. Let's continue. But anyways, fuck, I lost my chain of thought. Kind of going back to the article.
But hold up. Before we, I'm saying so we do not hate boys love and girls.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Even though a lot of them are just terrible because
Well,
it tries
so
to normalize. Well, I wouldn't say normalize, but it's like you said something about sexual assault, right?
okay. There's a couple of times in some yaoi and yuri where that is a issue that kind of like pushes me away from the work, because sometimes a character just kind of brushes it off, or another character just kind of like explains it away as like, oh, that's just them being, so and so being overly loved. I'm like, no, this character should be having a kind of like terrible reaction to the situation they were just put in under because of this character. I don't care if they get together in the end. This needs to be addressed, and most of the time it doesn't, because it's supposed to be played on like as like either a dramatic thing that happened this one moment and then it stops, or as kind of like comedy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not really getting into this. This isn't really like this isn't entertaining me. And another thing why I don't like yaoi and yuri specifically is because most of the time, compared to their counterpart, which is typical like straight couples, it's always leaning heavier into the actual like, not romance as in like understanding each other. It's physical romance, heavily in physical romance, like a lot of kissing, a lot of holding, a lot of like more tense sexual scenes.
Touchy.
And again, if you're into that, that's fine. The problem is this isn't character work to me. It's literally one level below of actually just being porn at that point to me.
Yeah, I mean it's funny how you point out the common problems and the criticisms, and yet they'll straight up say, "Oh, when you're anti-Yuri, that means you hate lesbians."
If there was more of a story to them, I'd fucking give a fuck. But most of the time, the story is just like, "Hey, you're a lesbian? Oh, I'm not a lesbian. I can make you a lesbian. Okay, I'm a lesbian now." And then we fuck. That's the story for most Yuri.
And yaoi too.
No, most yaoi is literally, I'm gay, but I don't know I'm actually gay. You're not gay, but you love me? Well, doesn't that make you gay? Wait, you're what? I probably am gay. Wait, which makes me gay too. It's in the sense of yaoi, it's both have an epiphany that they might be gay because they're into each other. In the case of yuri, it's one's actually a lesbian, one isn't a lesbian, but then later becomes a lesbian because the person who is a lesbian pursues her so much that she eventually is like, okay, I'm a lesbian now. That's the difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that we hate Yuri tards so fucking much.
I just hate people.
And a lot of times these people are so damn politically charged. They'll always make
it comes with the territory. For some reason, so many people who like inject themselves into Yuri and Yaoi like often have to bring along their fucking like LGBT community bullshit along with it, and for some reason that has now coined itself into politics so deeply because of everything that's happened recently that like the two are now connected. You cannot have an actual conversation involving the LGBT community without going into deeper themes of politics for some fucking reason. I'm like, no, these two things are not integrated into each other. They're two separate things. Fuck, man. This is again why me, as someone who sees themselves as a bisexual man who leans heavily more towards men, doesn't enjoy actively going to any of these events or community. Like, I've never been to Pride. I've been there once in my entire life in my state, and it was the most annoying, obnoxious thing I've ever been to in my life. I've never had my head hurt so much more than ever being there.
I mean, I'm a mostly straight bisexual. You know, we're in the same boat, Dula. You know.
Pursuit, hunting that has never left us seems to be your exactly. That's what I mean. Like literally, and again, if it was a really like, there's a story, there's an anime I really want to check out because there is Yuri themes in it, but it looks like it's not going to be actually focused around that. That's just a side piece, which is fuck. No. It's a new anime that just dropped this season. Fuck, what is its name? Oh my god. Anime this season, 2026. Where is it? 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 This is the last season. Oh no, okay. It's called like Never Let It Die or something like that. Fuck, where is it? Like Let Live or Let Die. Oh my god, I'm not gonna find it, am I?
But yeah,
Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna find it. I'll look it up later.
as we were saying, Dilla, I'm in the same boat as you because I'm a bisexual man too.
This is getting an anime. I'm so surprised by this.
Yeah. No, but you heard what I said, Dilla.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So I got distracted. I was looking, but like, no, I get you, and that's understandable. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I pull away from like any of those actual like active communities
Yeah.
because it's so annoying to be a part of that. Because how often like it has to go back to either a sense of like of that community or it's like
Yeah.
it's literally the tried and true argument.
Yeah.
This isn't your sexuality, your politics. That is your personality. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, then me and you can never be friends because
Exactly.
if you live your life beholden to your sexuality and to the very things you like involve yourself within politically, I cannot be friends with you. That's not what I do, man. I talk about so
I'd
many
rather.
other shit.
Yes, I mean I can we both of us. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, Dilla. Both of us can feel each other's pain
Yes, but
because we're
anyways,
both
let's.
bisexual.
Let,
Because we're both bisexual,
I know,
and it's like no, we want to do things that defy what we do within our passion.
yeah, exactly. But anyway, so to kind of go back to this, so she's talking about pirating and then says, and she just really hates the fact that she has fans overseas who look at this stuff on pirated sites and basically feel the need to comment their desires and wants for her work when literally they're not even giving her money to do so. As it says here, there's a level of audacity for the internet to simply defies fiction that, and the Western fandom has taken a top prize. Mazganari Michari, sorry, creator of the popular series Make a Heroine Okami Kosu, I Want to Lose a Heroine to Win, decided to break her silence on April 15th, 2026. To put a very specific part of her audience into this place, the artist declared that she is completely fed up with immersive pressure and demands that she receives from foreign readers who, to top it off, are cynicisms consume her work from pirate sites. And again, that's kind of like the case she's putting forth, and I agree. As Mr. Monkey said earlier, he agrees with the point, and so do I. Like, if you're consuming a product technically illegally, and then going to the artist and say, "Hey, you should do this because I feel like it's better," or "You should do this because I think it's something I would want," that's really shitty of you, and honest to God, you shouldn't be doing it. Also, what the fuck was that noise?
The what noise?
Did you hear a
This?
bring just now?
You hear it?
I heard someone go bring.
That's my guitar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Here, you want to listen?
Sure.
I'm just like putting the guitar closer to the mic, just so you make sure it's the guitar.
Wait, but that wasn't the noise I heard. Anyways,
Really?
yeah, it was like ooh, great example. It was like the Twitch subscriber noise. You know what I'm talking about? How when someone subs to someone or follows someone or whatever, it was like that noise.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about either. Okay. But yeah, so she basically goes into that. And actually, this is a series I want to check out. Hopefully, it's going to be pretty good. It's getting an anime adaptation, so I'm going to be looking forward to it. But yeah, so basically, people came out in support of her too. This got the conversation talking about more about pirated sites, and then that got talking to people more about censorship. So this is kind of a jumping off point to what we're going to be going into more as this conversation goes along. Is kind of like pirating, censorship, and manga authors like perspectives on all of these things. Which is where we go with here. I'm not sure if you know this story, Brutal, but did you hear about this manga author who wanted to basically translate his own work called Horizon with a English translation to this way fans can read it too. This way they didn't have to actually just like, try to translate it themselves. and literally give it away for free online?
No, I haven't heard of it.
Yes. So
Actually.
this guy wrote a he works with a publisher, but he has poured so much money into this actual book that he himself made a joke saying like, "Wow, I was finally able to afford a cup of coffee." And it's like I think it was like 1,020 yuan, like won or something like that, which I think translates to like $1 here in the states. So basically implying that he just had enough money to buy himself one cup of coffee. But yeah, so like here it says, I'm currently working on translating the version of my work for all of you, and I'll be able to release it for free. Please wait a little bit longer. And this guy just seems like one of the nicest people you would ever meet. Like every post he makes talking about this is, I understand the intentional shipping costs, so I would appreciate it if you could purchase it only what you can afford without over restraining yourself. Basically, like if you can't afford it, don't do it. Like he's literally telling people not to buy his work if you can't afford it. Like he appreciates the sentiment, but don't do it. Like this person, right? Voka. She says like I just bought 2 copies of this book that I can't even read, and he describes why do you people buy my book if you can't read them, but then adds I think I'm truly happy. Like this guy is just a really nice dude who wrote a book that he's very proud of, and he's happy with the fact that people are actually engaging with it, despite the fact that they don't actually like know the language.
Yeah.
That's very humbling. Now, the sad part about this is he wanted to release this for free, but because he's with a publisher, after being punished for releasing his work abroad for free, the Japanese manga artist is now broke, but global supports have rallied behind him. So essentially, he comes out discussing the fact that his publisher kind of axed that whole thing, and so he wasn't able to initially do it for free.
Damn.
But again, as this states here, but global supporters are rallied behind him. They came out and not only supported his work by purchasing the actual book, but then later started to actually, what the fuck is it? You know, I'll go to the actual site. Manga artist struggles go viral. Fans donate over $5,600. So people have been donating to essentially like Japan's versions of like a GoFundMe, and have been like giving this guy money. And currently he's made, in this article is written about 2020 and 21, April 21, 900,000 yen, which is 5,600 American. And he's been that's been steadily increasing over the course of like the past few days, to the point where he can actually like start to look into the idea of like hopefully getting like actual rent paid and everything, taking care of like his financials. Like this guy wasn't getting paid a whole lot from his publisher. One, because the book at the time wasn't selling super well, and two, because even though he had a published book, they don't pay you a whole lot for the actual work you do to make the book happen.
Yeah.
So he was basically putting so much of his money into writing this book, to getting it out there, to getting it published, that he was using his own money he'd be using for food to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
This is just one of those stories that I'm so glad the internet came together and just like, hey, so there's a quote from
it's like the internet was like, yeah, let's pick up the trash pieces and clean.
Exactly. Like literally, there's a quote from the anime Cartagretsu from the character Mr. Tone that I really appreciate so much. He's talking to a character named Haida, and Haida has lost like any real strong motivation to pursue either his work or even look for a job at the moment because he just got fired. And Mr. Tone tells him to shut the fuck up. All your struggles and strives did have a meaning, and he's like, no, it didn't. And Mr. Tone tells him like, I'm only gonna tell you this once, like. The people in this office use the program you made, that you set up. Other actual professional coders and everything says that this program is awful, but it's such a good program for us to use that we thank God we have it every single day, and it was made by an amateur. You should take pride in that. You're good at the stuff, and then people people see you work hard, they can do nothing else but just they actually appreciate it because it's happening in their face. When you work hard for something, people will notice you.
Yeah.
It may not always happen right away, but there are moments when people will notice, hey, like a great example of this. There was a guy. He was on the side of the road the other day. When I was this is before like my store closed for renovations. He was on the side of the road and he was begging for money, like some homeless people do, of course. Like, but some people just kind of stand there and actively just like hold the signs like feed me food, and they're like the size of a fucking blimp. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
This guy was literally trying to entertain people. Like he was cracking jokes, he was juggling, he was like fucking like he put the balls down, got like started hopping on one foot. He was trying to be entertaining to people around him and trying really hard, and no one was really observing him. And then he did something crazy. Like you remember seeing the people who can like do the fire shooting thing from the stick?
Remember.
Like when they get some oil in their mouth and they just spit out and the fire goes whoosh like that.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah, he started doing that, but he did it in a way that the actual fire, like I'm not sure what the stick was he was using, but he was like moving the fire along as well. I thought that was really cool. And I started talking to that guy and I was like, hey man, that's like really impressive. How did you do that? He's like, it's something I picked up along my travels. I go from state to state, basically like I'm just kind of like a nomad. I'm like, oh, that's really cool, man. And I'm like, but how long did it take you to learn that? I'm like, oh, months of practicing, months of training. I almost burned myself more than a couple of times. And I was like, that is really impressive. And of course I gave that guy some money because to me, he earned that. He entertained me so vividly that I actually started talking to him about what he did to do that. It's not exactly one for one the same comparison, but it's something I look back on fondly because the fact that that guy put in his time and effort to do something as so simple as entertain someone like me. And in this case, this man worked hard on his manga, and I'm so happy that people have come through to like donate to him so this way he can continually pushing himself to do more. I'm just hoping he's getting enough money that he's gonna be eating right soon.
Yeah.
Cause like being happy that you can afford a medium sized coffee, that is wow. Okay, so moving on though, again, to kind of go back to what I was talking about for the Gachi Kuda author though. So, Gachikuta Creators says piracy does harm to manga industry, pushing back on the claims that from global readers. For many people, pirated sites are the only way we can read manga. Once people grow used to getting something for free, they stop looking for it legitimate versions. And honestly, there is some truth for that. The moment people can become complacent in something that you're giving them, and you take that away, they actively get upset and demand you give them back to them how it was. This is kind of a good and bad thing because oftentimes there are good things companies do that people become complacent to in everyday life that as soon as they have to change it, like for instance, Xbox. Xbox Game Pass was $20 for the Ultimate version, straight up. Nothing more, nothing less. It was like that for years. There was like that for years. And then out of nowhere, Xbox like, hey, we're going to have to bring the price up a little bit. And then like, how much is a little bit? $30. And we're actually going to be changing the other tiers, so this way you actually get less if you have those lower tiers and not the ultimate. I'm like, oh, so you're forcing your player base to purchase the higher tier by not only taking away content from the previous ones, but you're also jacking up the price of the ultimate version? That's really shitty of you, Xbox. Why would you do that? And she goes, well, we were stupid and we put Call of Duty on the Ultimate Pass and we thought that was going to bring people to buy Ultimate. And all it did was it did bring people to buy Ultimate, but no one bought Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she writes here, I spent the past few days researching the circumstances in different countries, including financial situations, and I understand that many people, pirate sites are the only way you can read manga. I understand that the prices can be high overseas. I even see people saying, don't bring this issue up. But if we do not speak about it now, the value of Japanese manga and creative works built through the sacrifices and relentless efforts of those who came before us will be wasted. I've also seen people say reading for free doesn't hurt sales. This is a lie. If anyone has ever said this, I want to meet the man who said this. This is a lie. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, like it's like they're like not even hiding it.
That's not true. That isn't true. Free lowers the value of things. once people grow used to something for free, they stop looking towards legitimate versions. Also, I also understand that people who truly love the work will support it properly. Again, that's why I say, if you're going to look at something, look at it for a while, and then look to yourself to actually purchase the like. If you read, let's say you read the entire volume 1 of One Piece, right? And you want to read volume 2. Well, you just read volume 1 and you probably think you're going to go back to read it again. Look into buying that volume you just read so this way you have it on your shelf now. Like, if you start to enjoy the work of the creator, actually show that you like what the creator is doing with their work and start purchasing. Maybe that be through like merchandise, or maybe they have like a donation bucket or something like that, like Subscribe Star and stuff. Or maybe you actually eventually do save up to buy the manga you really, really like. The fact of the matter is, if you read something through piracy or you watch something through piracy, eventually show your support to the creator so this way they can then create more stuff of the things you like. Hell, that's what I did. Literally, Bruto recommended a manga for me, a manga that I had never read in my life. And in fact, I hadn't even bought a manga prior to that factor outside of the Dark Souls manga, which sucks. But anyways, I read that entire work for free. I fucking loved it so much. That next day, I bought all 5 volumes because I had a little bit of extra cash and I could do so. I could have easily bought just one book at a time, but I bought all 5 volumes, and now they're on my shelf. And I've gone back and reread that entire series twice now because how much I fucking love it.
Yep.
I'm doing the same thing with another series, like, of manga. I really appreciate the author, what he's done. Shangri-La has become one of my favorite fucking animes. I started reading the manga because sometimes there's content they cut specifically for the anime. And it's true. There's content I've read in the manga that wasn't in the anime, specifically so this way the anime can, like, not feel as, like, you know, fluffed up with things that just isn't necessary for the story at the time. And honest to God, I've loved it so much, I've already put in orders for Amazon to start getting the manga because I want to show support for the creator I appreciate.
Yep.
And again, if you don't have the money right away, you don't need to buy it right away. You can start putting some money to the side, and when you do have it, then that's the beauty of having manga in general. You don't need to have all the books at once sitting on your goddamn library shelf. You can buy a book like once a month, once every few months, maybe even once a year. But eventually start showing your support to these creators in some way, shape, or form. I've been buying figures of some of my favorite. I have, why am I fucking about the name? Freerin right there on my goddamn desk shelf, and then I have Laurel right next to her. I'm getting a 2 figures from Uzaki-chan because I fucking love Uzaki-chan.
We used to joke around about that.
I love that. I love that manga and I love that anime. I'm getting figures from that. I love that shit. But yeah. Let's see. What was I? Okay. We pour ourselves into creating so readers can enjoy our work. Conversation matters, of course, but more than anything, I do not want to see ourselves value diminished. To help people who cannot afford to buy it, or who do we have to access to enjoy it, and who have access to it. Enjoy these works. Ono is discussing for a long time to exploring many ideas. I cannot share details yet, but we are working on it. She's literally saying they're looking into an idea to maybe help out those who cannot afford the manga. Maybe they start up like a online service where you pay like $2 a month or something and you're able to read the manga that way. You don't own the manga, but you're able to access it and read it yourself. I don't know. I'm just coming up with some bullshit. Publishers are making the efforts as well. I'm sorry for taking your time. Please stop hurling accusations like you're a racist or saying misguided things like piracy is free promotion for you. Again, I will always continue doing everything I can. I've come to respect the writer for Gachi Akuda more and more and more the more I see her talk. And it just actively makes me want to actually watch the anime now. But yeah, that's her on her take about piracy. I want to hear your thoughts on it, Brutal. Give me one quick sec, though. I'm going to leave this on screen for you guys. My dog is crying like crazy. I think she needs to go out. So I'll be right back.
Oh, I pretty much agree with what you said.
Here, entertain them. I'll be back.
Yes. And it's picking up a voice. Okay. While Dula Senpai is over there, we're gonna go completely silent. I'm tired.
I've arrived. I'm back.
Yeah.
What'd you discuss?
No, I'm saying I pretty much agree with what you said.
Right, I heard that, but what did you say while I was gone?
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't say anything?
No, I'm saying no. All I said was, yeah, I pretty much agree.
Right. No, I'm saying when I was gone, what were you chatting with chat about?
Silence.
Why? Bruno, you're supposed to be there to entertain while I'm not there.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to think of.
Oh my god.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
You're fine. But yeah, so anyways, that's that little topic of Got You Cuter. So the next bit of topic is actually involving something else. This one's a bit, is it actually, oh, okay, sorry, so, yep. Okay, I have to go for me for this, that's right. That's what it was. Okay, so a while back, this happened. When did I post this? On looks like it was. I don't know when the fuck I. It had to be. It had to be either. Yeah. Okay. So it was on the 20th. No, this is not that. Shit. Where is it? Oh, okay. Here it is. All right. So the 19th. That's when I posted this. So literally. Oh, and they even. Oh my god! They fucking really. They deleted their post. Those pussies. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that one.
They deleted their post.
No,
Wow.
click on the link. It might still be there.
No, I had the link open because I found the actual article myself. I forgot to go to my actual page, but no, like it's gone.
Hold on, let me see it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I
Like I have the article right here. Like this is the original post right here, but this is from the actual aggregate site, not the person who was sharing it.
Oh.
So that's crazy. Oh, here it is. It's showing up now. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, you know that one of my friends from California actually got blocked by them.
Yeah, I know. They were on a fucking blocking spree. Anyways, so here's the original post.
Blocked by them.
God. So here's the original post. My stories can speak to readers who feel uncertain about themselves. Witch Hat author Kumaro Shashumi in a recent interview with the UNES Co. on her influences and how women play a prominent role in modern day manga industry and more. So with a fucking like starting point post like that, you gotta know this is gonna be good. So here,
Yes, it is. It's gonna be a thing of beauty.
So okay, so most of the actual questions are like, you know, traditional, like how does one become a mangaka? What is your view that defines the actual work of a manga?
It's basically a bunch of cope.
Yes,
That's what it is.
but eventually they ask a specific question. Where is it? Can I skip it? No. Ah, okay. So here's the question that really got them hit hard in the fucking shit show. So during the interview, the question was asked by the interviewer, Like yourself, more and more women have managed to make their mark in in this traditionally male-dominated field. How do you explain this shift?
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude.
Somebody tell us.
So she writes, Japanese manga artists work in a somewhat special environment. Many creators do not use their real names, and I think that has made it possible for many women to be very active. My God. A certain degree of anonymity can make it easier to express one's feelings openly, including deeper emotions and or cries from the heart. That may be one of the reasons why there are so many women manga artists today, and why it feels as though there are a number of countries to why the number continues to grow. In terms of the newer generation, I no longer feel like a newcomer, but rather like someone in their mid career. Looking for recent works, I often sense anger, indignation, and very strong assertions within them. We are living in an unstable world, and many creators seem to be trying to find a place where they can stand. I feel more and more works are carrying that kind of emotion. So, what does she mean by this gobbledygook? Well, I wrote down a post myself to kind of like explain that.
A long post. A very long post.
So I wrote, turned off, because they did. They turned off their fucking comments. But I wrote, turned off comments, always a good sign. But in all seriousness, to tackle this main controversy of this interview that is being that being the question of how it feels to be a woman in the male-dominated space, I find fascinating. For one, it really shows you the mindset of both the person asking the question and the one responding. In the case of the interviewer, they immediately make the claim that the manga industry is dominated by men, thereby propping the author up as someone who broke the proverbial glass ceiling. This, of course, is painted as a false narrative in which, one, either women do not get the same attention as their male counterparts. Two, there aren't as many women creators in the spaces due to X reasons. And I put in the quotations, I'm sure the author and the viewer have their own short-sighted opinions on this. What's more, it does a disservice to every female creator, artist, or employee in the field, reducing their strives and accomplishments down to a mere fraction of what they are, essentially stripping them away or acting as though they never mattered. It's disgusting on the part of the interviewer, who more likely knows nothing of the industry. And then I tackle the actual creator, saying, on the side of the author, she gives not only no pushback to the false claim made by the interviewer, but on the contrary, she adds to it by adding to her own personal introspection about using a pen name to hide identities, creating the idea that if they use their own real name, readers wouldn't be interested in them because their women wrote the manga. The whole interview is a joke throughout and deserves getting clowned on from the greater manga and anime community.
This seriously feels like another fucking Frost moment. If you remember that,
I fucking remember Frost from G4. Yeah, I remember that shit. Dude, did you know Gerard the Completionist was on that?
Yes, it was just. I mean,
I didn't know that.
To all due respect, nobody gives a shit about the Completionist anymore.
But at the time, that was when that shit happened on G4. The Completionist was like still at his prime. He was seen as this like humbled, like old N64 Sega Genesis type of guy. Like he could do no wrong. People thought him as like literally like this humbly little chubby man who was doing great like charity work for Alzheimer's for his mother. Like he could do no wrong. He didn't get any flack for being on that panel with her. She got everything. So, like, you gotta remember, like Gerard the Completionist, like, him and many other people in Normal Boots were loved at one point for being, like, these fucking amazing creators. And then they find out that these people suck. Except for JonTron and Peanut Butter Gamer. And Pro Jared, kind of, he did cheat on his wife, really. I don't understand how the fuck you cheat on your wife like that, dude. She's beautiful. Like, were you just that much of a degenerate fucking asshole that you had to cheat on your fucking wife when she's right there?
Yeah.
Anyways.
So much questions that had to be answered.
Also, he was in a Sailor Moon outfit, and he sent photos of, like, that's just, like...
Yeah.
I will say, he pulled off that outfit pretty well.
But still, why the fuck would you even do that?
I know. But, Yeah, as this my post explains, I think this does a disservice to the many female creators. Like again, many people have already brought it up, but the creator of Inuyasha, Ranma 1.5. You have the creators from like one of my favorite creators, the person who wrote Magus's Bride, and of course Full Metal Alchemist, both female creators. There are tons of female creators active in the manga space way before this person came in the fucking like into the world and basically started shitting out this crap. Like, and again, they're glazing her because her like series has been getting occult awards, and she's acting as though she's like the representation of like female authors. Again, I'd argue Full Metal Alchemist is a story 10 times like better than yours. Magus' Bride is a series that's fucking phenomenal. They didn't receive as many awards, but that's the issue. Because they didn't receive those awards, you don't know about them. So quit acting as though you're like some sort of like person knowledgeable in this situation. It's downright despicable. And this is what I hate about people who have to bring in like gender or race into the actual equation of it comes to accomplishments.
Oh my god, I hate. It's always people like Tony Weaver Jr. who always have to bring up race.
But that's what I mean.
Fucking argument.
That's what I mean.
Like, same, like it's always coming from the same crowd as the dumbass FD so they could fire. God, I fucking hate that dude.
But that's my problem with these fucking pieces of shit is the fact that they're making these claims, right? And they're saying like, oh, like what does it feel like to be a woman in a male dominant space? I would have been like, what do you mean? There's like 1/3 more women in the space than there are men. Oh, I just mean most men are manga authors. I'm like, again, what do you mean? Like 60 to 70% of the actual authors who wrote these books are women. So I wouldn't say this is male dominated. If you mean more males hold the position.
And not only that, but Hime Goto is like literally a story about a trap.
But that's what I'm talking about.
It's literally written by a woman.
Hell, we can literally go into the actual creator for Go For It Nakamura. Woman.
Yes.
That wrote a BL series.
Exactly.
And this is what I mean. Like these people don't understand anything about these. Don't understand anything about the very culture and like media they're speaking about.
Or they're consuming.
Exactly. Or they're consuming. Maybe she does. Maybe she was just caught up in a moment. I don't know this author at all. I hear this is a good story. I'm going to check it out, but I'm going to wait till it's finished or just so I can binge it. But at the current point in time, this interview didn't really leave a good impression onto me. Like her mindset seems to be like stuck almost on the same very, very problems I have with many of the actual like growing ideology that is happening in Japan now. Because there are people more and more that are like starting to have the mindset of some of the people we have here in the West, and that's scary to me. I don't want Japan to start like basically giving leeway. Huh?
Bending the knee. That's what.
Not just bending the knee, but I mean like willingly change their stories, their characters to fit a narrative that is more stringent on the West. I don't need more manga to be like the shit we're getting right now from Marvel or what like we're getting shit from like Disney. I don't need that.
Yeah, I mean, look what happened with Guilty Gear.
Well, that's just one character, but I will agree with you. Yeah, the author definitely did like fucking. Again, it doesn't make sense. It defeats Bridget's entire character to have done that. Everything Bridget went through in the past games doesn't actually work then. Because Bridget did that to find themselves and finally understand who they are, and even said at the end of Guilty Gear, I think it was stage 2, that I'm a boy, and I will always be a boy, and I'm happy being a boy. And then the next game comes out, I was like, oh, I'm a girl now. I'm like, what happened?
No explanation whatsoever.
It just, I'm a girl now. I'm like, how? How did you come to this thought? How did you do this?
So much questions to be asking.
Yeah, but the author doesn't give a shit. Because, as he stated, it's my work. I can do as I please. And I'm like, oh, okay, then I guess I won't, like, put money into your work. I'm not going to play your game then.
Yeah.
I'll play fucking Street Fighter. I'll play fucking Tekken.
I'll play the previous Guilty Gear entries.
Exactly. I'll go do that. But I won't be buying your new games. Fuck that shit. Okay. So to kind of end things off, getting close to ending things off, we have one more big story, and that's kind of like what all of this is going to be culminating to. So as right here, it says, Attention, Minister Otaku Kimi Odaro speaks about the intentions of change and censorship anime abroad. No matter what type of content you that must exploit abroad, even if it gets burned and receives heavy criticism, we will maintain our firm stance and defend it to the end. Basically saying, fuck your censorship. We're Japan, motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
So she actually has what is it? What is it? Oh, here it is. So, kind of gonna go over here. So there's a video, I believe, of her. She was doing a press I'm not sure if it was a press conference or an actual just like kind of like briefing of some kind. But she says, this is totally different from today's topic, but as a country, no matter what we make, we should send it over. We should send it overseas. And even if it sparks controversy, we should show a stance of firmly protecting our content. We're exporting content. We do things like localization and translations. And people overseas see versions adapted to their culture and think Japan is interesting. Then come and see the original Japanese version. And react like, what the hell is this? This is outrageous. When we get backlash because overseas audiences have become aware of it, we should say, this is Japan. And as a country, take a firm stance so creators can freely do what they want.
Exactly.
This is the greatest thing ever. I think that kind of resolve is necessary. This is really important. I 120,000% agree. I love this line so much too. Right here is what is it? When exporting content, we do things like localization and translation. And when people overseas see that version adapted into their culture and think Japan is interesting, and then come over and see the original Japanese version, and react like, what the hell is this? This is outrageous. I'm like, yes, I agree. Localization sucks.
Yeah.
To kind of go back to this, so I can actually show you this. This kind of goes along with what we're talking about right now. So you know how Crunchyroll, they have their own localizations. They've been getting a lot of shit lately because the things they keep localized, like they keep changing.
Yeah.
So Go For It Nakamura, of course, has its English dubbed, and this is what it is. The bottom text is what says in actual Japanese. Yeah, the best of friends. In dub, yeah, besties for the resties. Japanese, what's wrong with this girl? Dub, this girl is whack. This isn't the only thing that they do that for. They do that for so much.
This feels really lousy.
No, where was the one? Okay. Plus, you look like you'd be into the coat. Plus, your black hair and edgy aura give me the gothic feel.
What the fuck?
No, thank you. Could you please stop? Again, it's like you're saying this guy just says huh, and in dub they're like punk. I'm like, I don't understand. In this one, he's asking a question as like mocking. In this one, you're like just straight up going like punk.
How the fuck are you gonna call a punk when you're a punk? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right here, no doubt. In dubbed, keep whining, runt. Oh my, this is my favorite. All he says in Japanese is "Hey you." In English, they made him say, "You morons picked on the wrong cutie pie." How do you change 2 words into an entire sentence? That's cringe. And again, it's not just that. Look how much they do this. Japanese, escape, huh? Dubbed. Would that make the octopus saying octo nappers?
What is it with these jokes, man?
The people who are in charge suck.
Yes. But how the fuck do they make such asinine jokes?
It's really
asinine.
Again, because the people here, as she just described, right? So the translation is they think when we're translating and localizing the actual things from Japan, we shouldn't be doing this one for one. We should be doing it so this way it relates to our culture and our audience can be interested and entertained by what they would see as our own verbiage and language. The problem with that is you choose consistently the worst fucking part of our culture, which is this cringy millennial slang language for everything.
Or, yeah, and it'll be pretty bad when it's about to be like Gen Alpha terms like skibidi or
Yeah, exactly. Like the thing right now, if fucking like someone just said like let's say like Nakamura was like trying to hit on someone, right? And he's like saying like, yeah, man, like I got the confidence to go talk to that guy, right? And then it's dub is like saying like, yeah, I got the skibbity riz to go fucking chat out that shorty. No. Oh yeah, like right here. So, crap, I overslept. Dubbed. Crap, I didn't mean to go all fish police on him.
fishbowl. Oh my fucking god!
Like,
Man.
why? Why? You
What
can
adds that
literally
extra
just
bullshit?
take the words from the Japanese. It's what's wrong with him saying, crap, I overstepped, and he dubbed? Why do you have to make it that fucking cringy? I didn't mean to go fish police. I remember when I heard that line, and I literally had to stop myself and go, does he actually say that in the Japanese dub? And I literally went on Crunchyroll and I swapped it to the Japanese dub, and no, it wasn't. I was like, oh, okay, so it's just the localizers being shitheads.
How the fuck do these voice actors get so much praise?
Oh my god, this is one of the worst ones. And dubbed, he got an octopus on him, and it says, "See, it's little marks." Dubbed, look, it even gave me some hickeys. They intentionally made this scene sexual for no reason.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
Oh my god, right here. Like, why did this just happen? Dubbed, I flew too close to the sun and now I must pay. It's awful. It's awful.
It is really.
Dear
awful.
Crunchyroll, please quit your jobs.
No, fire the majority of your staff.
I'll go pick it up. Dubbed, no, it's destiny.
No, it's just. Oh my god.
I have to hurry. Dubbed, but I'm supposed to save the day.
I'm supposed to say.
He's talking to his pet octopus. Ichi, why did I do that? Dubbed, Ichi, not only was I pathetic weirdo, I crushed his hanky.
Is that even a sentence?
No, it's not!
Is that even a sentence?
Japanese, that's not funny. Dubbed, hey, don't be so creepy.
Man, this is a thing of beauty.
It goes on. They shared. Look at this. Seriously, why? You just made the class way more interesting. They're talking about. They found an octopus in their cooking class, just kind of laying inside one of the sinks. So like people were confused why it was here. So someone asked, seriously, why? Implying why is there an octopus here? And they changed that guy's line to, you just made this class way more interesting. That's not even the same like language. That's not even the same meaning behind the two things. One is why is this here versus oh my god, I'm actually kind of glad this is here, so because now I can actually be invested in this. That's not even anywhere close to being the same meaning behind it. It's ridiculous. Oh, octopus, so cute, is what Nakamura says in Japanese. And dubbed, I gotta get a closer look, little stinky inkies.
Man, it just keeps getting better and better and
It's
better.
fucking trash, dude. It's so this is why people have like started like even people who used to defend dubs have started going like, nah, this shit's getting ridiculous, and have started watching subs. Which is why you've been getting localizers who have been getting too big for their britches and think, oh, you don't want to watch our dubs no more? Well, then we'll start changing the subs to not even be exactly what it's supposed to mean.
Exactly.
And again, at that point, it's like, okay, so then you really, 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 this isn't about you taking your job seriously and changing the verbiage to match like things. It's you just deliberately saying like, no, I have the power and I'm going to do this because despite you. these people suck, man. It's 100%. These people fucking suck. Like, there's a reason why people hate.
It just feels baffling how the English voice actors get so much fucking praise. Like they're way
Well,
better.
I
than
think
the
there's good
Japanese.
voice work in dubbing. The problem is
Yes.
that traditionally there's always going to be better Japanese voice actors than English dub voice actors, because in Japanese their language has so much more specific things that gear towards a character's expression. Like, again, I was talking to my friend about this, but the word baka, right? Because it only has one actual like what is I'm looking for? The mouth, it just rolls off better when you say it, baka, because there is no extra like what is the word? I'm not forgetting the fucking word. He can explain it so much better, huh?
Stupid or dumb. It's basically trying to say stupid or dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it just doesn't have the same fucking punch to it as it does that. Or like specific things like when people say, for instance, I can't think of another thing, but like, Yamate Kudasai, said in that specific way. Hear that translated to English, it just sounds less impactful. And that's because our language is more universal than Japanese is. Like, all language is meant to.
Why, like I always said, I always watch subbed. I feel like, to me, in my opinion, I know there's definitely some good English subs, but for me, I always prefer to watch the original Japanese, because that to me just feels more.
Depending on the series,
of origin.
Depending on the series, I'll either watch sub or dub. But if I really like a series, I can always go back and watch it in either or. Like, I really like the dubbed for Fullmetal Alchemist. I think that's great, and I actually think some deliveries, especially when it comes to God, near the end of the series, that is hands down perfection for the English dub. I think the English dub hits some of those notes so much better than the Japanese dubbed, because I wanted a little bit more. In the Japanese, he plays themselves off as a slight arrogant god. In the English, it feels like he's just oozing like both disgust and superiority over the actual main villain while he's talking to him. And it is amazing. It's exactly what I wanted from a character like that. Like, God really does feel like exactly like how I wanted him to be in Fullmetal Alchemist. This being of like untold knowledge and untold power. Just no matter who you are, at every point in time feels superior to you, while at the same time trying to talk to you on a level playing field. It's good. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Because every time God meets the person they're talking to, they take the form of that person. So when they meet when they meet Edward Elric, they take it in the shape of kind of like looking like Ed in some way. When they meet the homunculus, that's basically just like a ball, they shape themselves in that same way. It's both in the term of like meeting them like on the same level playing field, while still saying I'm still superior to you at the very end.
Yep.
But yeah, there's one more thing I want to go over before we kind of end today, and that's actually has to go back to my post, because there's something happened literally recently that I thought was hilarious. Where is it? Fuck. Oh, wait, I'm not on my post. Boom. Here we are. Okay. So this guy decided to get in a little tissy fight over so I guess recently this game that had come out, a bunch of localizers like fucked up the actual the localization of it, and the actual game developers came out and says, hey, with the newest patch, we're going to be fixing a lot of this stuff. And this guy, Starlight Moondust, decides to come out and go, I don't think this is a good idea. Nobody who has played this game really had a problem with the translation. Please don't let the loud minority dictate your version. So someone replies with, are you kidding me? The English localization was literally the only one that was translated completely wrong. Get out of here, lol. He responds with, each language has their different ways of expressing and conveying their feelings. If you're not professional localizer or translator,
Being defensive,
no, they get immediately, like, listen to what they're saying. They get immediately defensive. Each language has their different way of express and convey their feelings. If they are not a professional localizer or translator, and if they are, you shouldn't pull your translation or logistics expression out of context. This person says, are you mentally retarded? You should be put into an institution. Replies with, you don't have any better argument to put up for your claim and why the previous translation are wrong and now resort to insult me. Yeah, go figure. So the first person comes is like, I literally posted evidence on how the actual butchered only the English translation and you would deny it. That's proof. Yeah, there's no saving you. He replies with, because these bad translation resonate with the majority of American and English speaking audience, just because you want a soulless text-to-text speech, my God, translation said the intended culture eliminated doesn't mean that you have to concede on the dev to kneel for your wimp. I don't know why I think he meant to say you wimp, but he put your wimp. Sure as fuck didn't. Huh?
It probably might have to do with the. No, I'm saying it might have to do with the Twitter character limit, but
probably.
If it's this short.
So he said. Huh?
No, just finish. Not anymore.
So he says, sure as fuck didn't resonate with most of us. Are you just willing to putting your blinders on? How many of us are sick of this shit? He goes, is quote unquote most of us in the room with us now? Yes, they're all clowning on you. Yeah. He goes, and then no, he responds that yes, they're all clowning on you right now. You're replying to them too, actually. This guy starts replying to everyone who fucking replies to him. He is that twisted on this entire subject. And this is the one that really got him to hot water. He puts gamers and otakus that have never have again, he just got on this person because they spoke in nearly absolute, saying what is it? As most of us in the room right now, implying that they're crazy to think most people are that, right? So they already have a problem with how they worded that. That's their issue with this. Immediately goes, gamers and otakus have never been bullied in high schools, laugh my ass off. Anime and games have always been popular and well respected by everyone until the weirdos invaded. Immediately got community noted and saying anime was a niche interest in the US until the 1990s, boom. And many otaku reporting being bullied in their interest school during early decades.
I mean, I'm kind of the rare exception because I never got bullied for
like that. Right. I'm gonna read your comment.
I respond to you to that.
Yeah, exactly. I wrote exactly. Holy hell! It takes a special type of retard to come out and basically showcase how little knowledge they have on a subject. But to say it with such confidence, it is truly what makes this all the more sadder. And you wrote, my experience was different because of the time I was in high school. Anime was already a thing. And I had a lot of weebs in my school, especially in the animation classes. And we joked around stuff like Baku no Pico and anime memes of the time. But other schools definitely weren't like that, though. And again, I agree with you. And again, I'm older than you. So I can tell you right now, if you were someone who actively either liked anime or talked about anime, and people found out, you would get ridiculed. I went to an art school. Let me repeat that. I went to an art school for both middle school and high school. And yet anime was still seen as this lonely, pathetic thing that if you enjoyed, one, because you weren't a real artist, and two, because it was seen as literally just either by adults as hentai or B, as other kids as crap. Because they would respect you more if you said, oh, I watched things like DuckTales versus if you watched like Full Metal Alchemist. Literally a great example of this. In my middle school, when I was in, I think it was a 6th, 7th grade, the previous class drew the symbol of the Hidden Leaf Village on the whiteboard. Me and my friends walk in and we see this. And immediately someone comments, what the fuck is that? And I, being a dumbass, answer right away going like, oh, that's the symbol of the Hidden Leaf Village. All my friends turn to me and ask, what the fuck is that? I'm like, oh, it's from an anime called Naruto. And my friend looks at me for a quick second and then responds, you're into that gay shit? I'm like, yeah. Immediately, some of my friends lost respect for me. They didn't know I watched anime.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's fine, but like that's how it was. Like I had a friend who was a girl in one of my classes, and all throughout middle school and part of the high school. She drew so much like yaoi art and art of some of her favorite characters from animes. Like she was in love with the character from Blue Exorcist. I forget his name. The brother character with glasses. She loved that character. She got made fun of so many times. And at one point, her actual notebook was stolen by someone, and we found it in the trash. But again, I went to an art school. This is something that happened there. Even there, people saw anime as this like disgusting, pathetic thing that if you were into, you were basically able to be picked on. The idea that this guy would come, and again, I'm giving my own experience, but I'm pretty sure you can look at it very clearly and say, yeah, anime didn't really start booming off until like the mid 2000s to the 2010s, because at the time it was seen as this like lower quality thing because it wasn't coming from our.
And also keep in mind, I was already into anime before the whole 2020.
Same.
Thing.
I got into. I was really big in anime before that. But I mostly watched shonen and things that were on Cartoon Network and stuff. But what I'm saying is,
I show you that image of what I mean before. What I mean before, like the starter pack of 2015 to 2020.
yeah. But that's kind of what I'm saying. Anime didn't really get its big boom until around the early 2010s to mid 2010s, because around that time, that's when the culture started shifting away from things like what we were into for both cartoons and media coming out of fucking Disney, Hollywood in general. Like, people were starved for new entertainment because the comic books they used to read weren't giving them, the shows they used to watch wasn't giving them. So they were looking for something new, and anime was right there for the picking. And that's when you started seeing a boom in both manga sales, Blu-ray sales, and active sites like Crunchyroll and Funimation at the time, because people needed something new because all the shit we were happening. Because that's when all the fucking crazy like leftist fucking invasion of like our media started happening. And that's why people started to shift over to anime, because they wanted new stories that wasn't tainted by this crap.
Exactly.
But guess what? Now those same people are like, oh, we've already done our job, like fucking like putrefying this place. Let's start moving over to the thing you like now. And that's why I'm like, no, we have to gatekeep. I do not want these people to enter our space again and just destroy it.
It's funny. It's funny. It's the same people who say that gatekeeping is bad. Gatekeeping is bad. This and that.
No, gatekeeping is bad once if you actively gatekeep for like
Yes.
really pathetic reasons. Like, oh, we can't have girls in here. No, I like, have all the girls you want. I don't give a shit. My problem is whenever people actively come into a community and say, "Hey, I really like." It's like walking to someone's house and saying, "Hey, I really like what you've done with the pace, but you know what'd be really better? What if everything was like the color purple?" No, I don't want that. And they're like, "Well, really? I think color purple would look good." And then they look around. It's like, right, color purple would look good. And people are like confused. They're like, maybe. He's like, "See, people on my side. You should change your house to be the color purple." And I'm like, "No." And then they start getting mad at you. He's like, "What? How dare you? Everyone's saying you should be purple. It should be purple. You should change it purple." And they start berating you every single day until you fucking finally capitulate to it. It's like, "Fine, I'll paint my house purple." And then you paint it purple, and you're like, "Do you like it?" And he goes, "Nah, I'm not a big fan of purple." And he walks off.
Yeah.
It's that mentality. It sucks. It's terrible.
It's like it's like the same. It's pretty much similar. I'm not sure if you count it as same or similar tactic as to what a lot of the so-called feminists or race grifters that they use.
Oh yes.
That we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the last thing I had. The only thing I could actually find that thought would be interesting, just to cover everything we had, was I saw this little like tidbit. I didn't actually look at the article, but that was funny. But report: cars with anime stickers are 65% less likely to be pulled over because officers don't want to start that conversation.
Oh, let me tell you, Dula. You already know I have classic cars.
Uh-huh.
And guess what? My El Camino has them.
Oh, you put a bunch of stickers on it?
No, I didn't cover it, but I do have them in the back of my windshield because I'm not gonna cover it like in this level that you're showing right here. No, that's just too excessive for me.
I love it. Someone actually like took a close up shot of this, just seeing Tanya like that.
And in fact, hold up, send me the link.
Yo, that's pretty sick though.
Yeah. Dula, send me the link to that tweet.
Okay, one second.
I gotta post it. I have to post it. I gotta post it.
Copy link.
I gotta post it. I have to post it.
How the fuck do I get to my friends again? God, I'm such a fucking following.
Don't DM me. Just.
I'm just sending it to you. Wait.
Oh, you gonna DM me?
I'm stupid. There. Oh, look at that. You did send me more images.
Yeah. Let's cover this first before we start the other recap of what happened.
Well, okay, you start
But-
talking. I'm going to start saving these images.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. Alright. Oh my god. You got chat, you gotta see this shit. I do this because I am quite the otaku, but also I love sharing my blend of old school stuff and my otaku side, basically.
So what is this? What are you
And keep in
sharing?
mind- And keep in mind, I showed this on Pippa's stream when she was covering.
Oh
Pippa's
right,
cars.
yeah, your old school cars, right?
Yes, and that's what I was talking to Pippa when I was actually at Anime Frontier. No, not Anime Frontier. WeCon a couple weeks back.
Gotcha.
And it's funny too. You know what's funny? Oh, since we're mentioning we're about to mention Face Connect. You know what's funny? When I was talking to Pippa the third or second time, I don't know, but I was telling her, it's like, I really appreciate for you looking at my cars. It's like, yeah, and she told me like, yeah, she's like, yeah, it was she was like, yeah, I like really looking like looking at the El Camino. She was like, oh, at the time I didn't know what an El Camino was.
Not many people do. Not many people do.
Yeah, and not only that, but literally on the description, like no, but like because I put in the description, the El Camino is basically a half truck, half car hybrid, and that was like the first time she heard it.
Yeah.
So she never heard of it before. That's what she told me.
Gotcha.
And then, and yeah, also that's another Oshi of yours, so I had to give you a personal shout out too.
Yeah. But anyways,
Because I know you love Mito in.
Minto.
Yeah, I know you get super excited. And
I
do
love
too.
Minto.
Okay.
Okay, so I got the other images right here.
But,
It's so adorable. Look at his little chibi. She's so chubby chubs.
the what?
The image of the little cat girl.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find the other one from my.
She's from
Nova.
FaZe, you said?
Face Connect. Her name is Anya.
How come I don't know anything about her? I've never actually seen her.
Okay, I posted them. See, look at this.
What'd you post? Oh, the okay, you put the tweet out
Yeah, and my Nova.
in Manova. What?
It should be there the first time.
I see the post I made.
Let's go to my account.
Oh, go to your account.
Yes.
I thought you like go to Discord.
No, go to my account.
Okay. I go
I
to
make
your
it
account
apply
now.
there.
Following. Here we go. Where do I go now?
No, go to media. Go to media
Okay.
and click on the first one.
It's a sandwich.
Yep.
Who's
Click
this?
next. That's Paimon. And I put it in the side of my El Camino.
Oh, from Genshin Impact?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Because you know why? Because it's America, motherfuckers.
We got burgers up in here in America. Straight up cheese and beef and meat
Because
and
American,
pickle.
man. And then click on the next image.
American made.
And there's Noel.
Hun, do you think it was good for you to stick these on right now? I'm assuming you'd want to get your car painted first or cleaned or something.
No, I think I'd rather just leave it there for now.
Gotcha.
And then look at the back.
Hun, you're gonna take all that crap out soon, right?
I am not going to take that. That's my personal shit.
A
Okay.
cardboard box?
Oh, that? Why you even mention it? There's no cardboard box in my El Camino. That was just there. I just took it just to show it there. This was a
Let's
while
see.
ago.
I recognize a few characters on here. So you got Bucci, Toru, the girl from the second season of that
Yuruzu.
anime,
Yuruzu.
Loka, Fern, the
Nazuna.
fucking Call of the Knights. I don't know you.
Nazuna. That's Nazuna, the one between Rushia and Fern.
Right here?
No, the one that's like next to Ferd.
There's
Her name is Nazuna.
from Call of the Night.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about you, and you.
Okay. That's Kiryu Koko, the earliest member of Hololive that graduated. And Mona from Genshin. The next one is Yuka from Blue Archive. And then the far end is Kijing from Genshin.
Okay. But anyways,
And
hun.
then press on the last one.
Gotcha.
And this is on another car.
But hun, we gotta
No,
stop.
press on.
Oh.
No, it's on the last one. See, look.
Paimon in a cardboard box.
No, it's a Nova, a 1978 Nova.
I was talking about the sticker.
Wrapped around a burrito.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's an emergency burrito.
It's a little burrito. All right, but anyways, we gotta start closing out, hun. So, give your last we've gone back to this image. What did you want to bring about it?
No, that's just another example of me putting anime stickers on my car too. I put in my classics because I don't care. I don't care if I'm gonna piss off some fucking boomer at a car show. I could give less of a fuck if they get mad. It's my shit after all.
I was talking
like
about the
the first
photos,
one.
hun.
The what?
I was talking about the photos.
Oh, those, yeah. From the con, yeah. I'd say just share the rest of them.
Huh?
No, I'm saying share the one with the one where I autographed it for whenever whenever chat.
Right here. This one.
Any.
Says we're coming for you. Brutal. We're the cowboys from hell. Hey, yeehaw.
Yeah, because I literally had to make I had to write because if they're taking it to FaceCon, and I have to sign it over here because I had to feel like not only pay homage to my state but also my favorite band that's also from my home state, which is Pantera.
Gotcha.
And I had to quote that lyric from the song "Cowboys from Hell," of course.
Okay.
And yeah, this is going into FaceCon, so like I said to my California friend, if he does end up going to FaceCon, he's gonna take a picture of it and see that my handwriting is there.
No, nice. A little traveling companion. That's nice.
Yes.
All right, hun. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about or share before we close out for the night?
I'd say just share the last VTubers that I met, and also Mito too, because we didn't get the chance to do that.
Those images I don't think I have.
I thought you had.
No. Oh, I see what happened. Those three didn't get shared when I looked at. Okay, I see. Let me just save it. Okay, there we go. Got it. Bringing it up.
There you go.
Okay. And here we are.
Yes.
Look how adorable she is.
And there's Fifi and Vicky.
Is she like a stewardess for a plane?
Judas for a plane?
A stewardess, a airline stewardess.
No, I don't know. She's like part of like an idol group.
Huh. Okay.
They're part of a trio. Look at me. You gotta show me the one wearing the freak glasses.
Okay, so I gotta close out of this.
Look at that, Yoshi. There's Yoshi, hun.
If I see you, I'm stealing those.
She said not only my name, but she said your name too.
Aww. Okay, and then you have this one right here. This is the metal girl you were talking about, right, Taiga?
Yes.
I like the stripes being kind of like this own like kind of like design. I'm assuming that just goes to like correlate what she is. Like the glass. I like her design.
It definitely.
I'm losing my voice. Holy shit! Dude. I think I'm coming down with something. I've been like.
Okay, and then the Dami Mommy other demon VTuber.
One second.
You know how you said that You were talking about earlier um, like not knowing this Magic the Gathering content creator and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So basically, I just saw this demon VTuber on the big screen, right? I
Mhm.
just went in there, just said hi because I had no idea who they were, and I had a really nice conversation with them.
Oh,
Her.
that's nice.
Because I never knew who she was, and I told her, this is like the first time I'm knowing who you are, and I'm like, I wonder who are you? It's like, yeah, and then we did a little chat, and I told her, yeah, I'm quite the speed demon because I like to go fast, and I
Go
told her,
fast
and
as fuck,
it was
boy.
funny when I mentioned, is like she was like, yeah, I'm a demon. I'm like, yeah, are you sure? Are you the Dami mommy time? I'm like, yeah. She laughed because I mentioned Dami mommy.
Gotcha. And before we go, I wanted to just do one last thing for me, and that's just to give you guys a small reminder that I will be going through a small change. Well, okay, not a small change. I'll be actually going through a change soon, where I'm no longer going to be looking the way I do. I'm going to be looking like this going forward. I already have the design worked out. The PMGs are getting worked on right now, and then later this will be my full design as time comes forward. But I'm really excited. I think this came out really well, and I'm so happy.
Yes, and we're gonna look so cute together.
I fucking adore it. Oh, I did
Huh?
not.
We'll look so cute together.
Yeah. Oh wait, I got to ask a question. You probably might not all know all of these, but can you guess what these 4 pins are?
Say one is from Soul Eater, one is from Free Ren, and I think the other one's from Gurren Lagann.
Okay, which one did you say was from Soul Eater?
Oh wait, oh fuck, there's no smiley. There's no smiley.
Yeah.
Face. Okay, never mind.
So you got these 2 right, Free Ren and Gurren Lagann. But what are these 2? I doubt you'll get this one, but you might get this one.
From what anime is it? From both sides.
This one, the paw is from Shangri-La Frontier.
Shangri-La.
Shangri-La Frontier. And it's from a guild in that actual games world. They're essentially an entire guild that's based around like collecting, researching, and loving the all the different type of beasts in that world.
Yeah.
And I really like their aesthetic and designs and outfits, and I love that they have probably the best symbol out of everyone. But this one, this is the Earth Federation Forces symbol for Gundam.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not really exactly a Gundam person.
I know, but I just wanted to like see if maybe he might know. But yeah, those are the 4 pins on me. I fucking love, and I want to add more pins later of other shows I really appreciate. Like I want to have I want to get the symbol for whatchamacallit, Soul Eater, not Soul Eater. Fucking, you had that in my brain. Rurouni Kenshin on here. I would love to get the symbol for Ultimate Muscle on here. Maybe I'm deciding which pins are gonna be the ones that are gonna be going on there.
That would be fun if one day we cosplayed ourselves.
I'd love to cosplay as myself. I really love this design. I just need to get like.
Yeah.
I definitely need to get
no, like cosplayed ourselves because every time I go to the convention, I'm always cosplaying myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would love to cosplay myself as that. The only problem is the paint. I would need to paint myself gray.
Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but guys, we're all gonna be ending the stream there. It has been a long one for us this time around, but that's because we had so much to cover. We thank you guys so much for checking us out. We thank you guys so much for your comments.
This is probably our longest Anime Mondays.
Yes, this is our longest because we had so much we needed to go over of things we missed.
Yes.
And we talked about a lot of different stuff as well. But anyways,
we still have more.
Yes, we do. So Anime Mondays are back. We'll be talking every time at 7 p.m. this time next week. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. Thank you guys so much for the likes, for the enjoyments, for the comments. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Bruto, is there anything else you want to say before we close out?
Freak Fatanome.
I don't know what that means.
It was on the glasses.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's a Minto thing. Minto! But me, all I have to say is the thing I say every time we close it out. And that is, I don't care where you guys are in the war. I don't care what time it is for you guys in the war. I want you guys to have a good morning, a good afternoon, a great evening, and a beautiful night. Stay safe, everybody. Love her.
And also, rock on, man.
Yeah, rock on hard. Hey, live. Whoa, I'm Jack Black. Yeah, live on. I fucking hate Jack Black. I've grown to hate Jack Black so much.
Damn.
No,
Is it
fuck,
over?
no, fuck Jack Black. I'm sorry, no, fuck that guy. He has to ruin everything he touches now.
Yeah, I mean, can't forget. I mean, I did like School of Rock though, to be honest.
Okay, older Jack Black is fine. I'm talking new Jack Black. I'm talking
Oh, that-
never shaves off that disgusting beard Jack Black.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, he's become pretty woke.
It's
He'd be,
fucking
like,
horrid.
He'd be like be attending fucking pride events. Like, what the fuck?